Hey friends, my name is Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Welcome to the show. That was the 250 back when it was put together, the Oh My God 250 frame. I don't remember what motors that was. That was all the way back in 2021 at a really cool little local spot here in Atlanta. Runcam Hybrid was the camera. I remember that was right when I got it set up with the Runcam Hybrid. I think I was running 3-inch props on it. Don't quote me on that. I remember it was a little bit heavier than 250 grams. It was like maybe 270 on 3-inch propellers, which I remember really liking. What I remember is that I'd been flying it on 3.5-inch props and it was too floaty. And then I dropped it down to 3-inch props and it was a little bit less floaty. Still very floaty though. Like I definitely noticed from that flight footage. I haven't watched that in a while. That was in like a weird folder called 250 rather than... I usually date my folders and it was not in a dated folder. So yeah, a little bit of flight footage that got sort of lost to the ether. What's up, friends? We are going to check out the prototype WeBleedFPV 40,000. 40,000 kV 0702's today on a fresh build, actually. I had an extra Happy Model F4 and Zotac just sent me these prototype motors. And I put them onto a frame, and then I realized I had the extra AIO, and I've got two of my long-running AIOs, like over a year, are starting to kind of shit the bed, so I figured, what the hell, throw another build together so that when they do eventually die, I've got something else that's kind of ready to go. So we're going to get this set up in Betaflight. I'm going to try to do a diff from one of the other ones to speed things up. But yeah, you'll be able to see some of my Betaflight stuff in here. And because of how impressed I am by the Mob6 2024, I am trying to cut weight on these tiny whoops. I think what what I'm really most impressed, I think in terms of like flight performance, the thing that's making the biggest difference on the new Mob 6 is how light it is. So I'm screwing around trying to save weight in some of my other Mob 6 builds. Just for reference, if you're sort of new around here, the Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop, which is this combination of parts that I figured out, I don't know, about a year ago, it is around, it is 18 to 19 grams, 18.5, 19, 19.2. It depends. I have Happy Model Mob 6 ELRS AIOs from like every generation, and they weigh slightly more and less, V1 versus V2 versus V3. And so, yeah, I've had 3 of these rigs running for a while, and it's I am not Pot, but I'm almost old enough to be his dad, so you never know. I was pretty amorous as a young guy. It's not true. Yeah, so, but the Mob 6 2024 is 17.7 grams, and even though it's got significantly lower kV motors, 28,000 kV versus all of these Ultimate builds, which are like 32,000, 36,000, 30,000, it feels like it has every bit as much power, which is just, that's not true. It has enough power, is what I'll say. And I like these Tiny Whoops to have a lot of power. So for a rig to have enough power, for me, that means it has a lot of power. Like if anybody else flew that rig, they'd be like, what the hell? This is ridiculous. So yeah, it's really, really, really impressive. The new Mob 6 2024. I'm frankly blown away by it. And I've actually managed to make mine even lighter, which maybe we'll talk about later on in the live stream. And I'm going to make it even lighter than it is now. I'm going to switch it over to Rennie screws to save another 0.3 or 0.4 of a gram, I think it is. And I think that I can get this thing down to like 17.2, 17.3 grams. I don't think I can get it into the 16s, but yeah, although maybe, because I am going to switch the canopy. This canopy and camera that it comes with is actually heavier than the previous Mob 6 camera and canopy, mainly because the old camera, the Runcam Nano 3, was hysterically light. But I like the old canopy better too. And I would do that swap like now, but I actually don't have any more of the Runcam Nano 3s, and I'm going to have to cut the connector off of it, which I don't necessarily want to do. So I'm trying really hard to find... I can't find a website that has both the Runcam Nano 3 in stock, and I need another one of the Betaflight F4 Cross AIOs. And for the life of me, I cannot find a website that has those two things in stock. If anybody can, I will love you forever. And maybe I'll even like send you a sticker if you want one. But yeah, it's driving me kind of insane right now that I can't find one website that has both of those things in stock. And like, I'm being so stubborn about it that I'm just like, well, I'll just wait. I'll just wait until there's one website that has them both in stock. But if I need to not do that because I'll be waiting forever, potentially. So yeah, man, 40,000 kV 702's. Massive thank you to WeBleedFPV. And I need I'm looking for the ELRS Betaflight F4. Yeah, I just say cross because that's what it looks like. I'm just using cross to identify the version of the AIO that looks like a cross. Yeah, Happy Model happened to name theirs cross, but we've been calling the Betaflight F4 the cross style AIO forever. For the record, I don't like the Happy Model Cross F4, and I don't recommend that you get it. Classic version with plugs. Nightwing, what's up, brother? How are you? Nightwing from Newbie Drones in the house. Yeah, massive, massive, massive thank you to WeBleedFPV, Zotac, for having a short run of these motors made, like, and A, sending them to me for testing, but B, having them made. Like, I think that these motors... All right, so I'll give you the whole kind of deal here. On the thrust stand, when you put a motor on a thrust stand, it is not equivalent to flying it in the real world, because when it's on the thrust stand, it's bolted down, and so it has to pull all of the static air in and then push all that static air out. Once you actually have this thing up in the air and it starts you have that same situation for like a millisecond. When you're hovering and you hammer the throttle, you've got that same experience for just 1 millisecond. But then as soon as this thing starts to move, and it's not just Tiny Whoops, this is all rigs, as soon as they start to move, there's going to be inflowing air. And like within a half a second, it's going to be moving quick, and there's going to be a bunch of inflowing air. So as an example, for a long time, 30,000 kV was like the max. Not really a long time, but for a while, 30,000 kV was the max. And one of the big reasons was that on the thrust stand, when you go from 30,000 to 32,000, there is no difference. It just eats more amps up. And it's because it's a loaded thrust stand. If you fly 30,000s and then 32,000s in the real world, there is an obvious difference in power. Because of the inflowing air. The inflowing air makes the motor's job easier, so it can continue to wind up higher and higher and higher. If somebody would build like a wind tunnel thrust stand, we could fix this problem, but like there's all kinds of weirdness there. Like, how much do you offset that incoming air, right? Is it like 10 miles an hour less? Is it 5 miles an hour less? God only knows. Right, so like nobody's done it yet. Doesn't surprise me. I don't know if anybody will do it, because there's also this situation where like having these motors standing up like this and just pulling the air in, like we don't really fly like this. We fly like this and like this and like this and like this and like this. So you know, a fancy wind tunnel setup like that, yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna see that. I think that we need to, and my philosophy for a long time, for many years, has been that like thrust stand data is very valuable, but it's not the whole situation. Like, it's really good to take a look at. We can learn a lot from it, but then we really do need to fly this stuff to really figure it out. And so, yeah, like I just said, we need to fly this stuff to figure it out. And it's really, really, really cool that Zotac is WeBleedFPV, had these motors made, because having these motors at a just ridiculous KV made is kind of the only way that we're going to actually figure out where the limit is, right? The Tiny Whoop Firefly 0702 36,000 KV motors, when Jesse told me about these, I don't know, towards the end of last year, I was like, well, cool. You've found the limit for us. Thank you, dude. And he's like, yeah. I don't think they're gonna necessarily make more. So I'd prototype tested some 34,000s for Jesse after the 32,000s came out. He sent me a couple of sets of 34,000s and told me to keep it quiet. And I tested them, and I really didn't feel much of a difference between the 34s and the 32s. T-Dog tested him as well, and he said he could feel a little bit of a difference. And when Jesse said he was doing the 36s, I was like, well, cool. So that's going to be the limit, like, you know, just kind of assuming. But then when I assumed when I bought the first set of these that I would maybe just feel a little bit of a difference. There is a definite difference between these 36,000s and the 32,000 Moon Travelers. The 34,000s never came out. I think what's happening there is, like, I think that we're getting to the limit, right? And I think as we get to the limit, the gains are going to be smaller, and like our ability to notice the difference is going to be, it's just going to be less of a, Like going from 30,000 to 32,000, there's a definite difference. Going from 32 to 34, there's barely a difference. But then if you go all the way up to 36, you kind of get that, you're able to feel the difference, right? So like 30 to 32, you feel a difference. 32 to 36, you feel a difference. But like, it's kind of even though there's a 4,000 kV gap there, the difference that you feel is very similar to the 2,000 kV gap between 30 and 32, right? And so, yeah, it's just really, really, really cool that Zotac had these 40,000s made. And like when he told me about them, I was like, dude, are you sure? Like, I can't, diminishing results, exactly, pyrotechnist. I told him, I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure that that's going to be way over the line. And he was like, yeah, I think so too, but somebody kind of has to do it. And I was like, dude, like, that's awesome. Like that's really cool, because like he's spending his money, right? Like it's not free. Like Happy Mod, he did not do like a full run of these. He apparently gave a bunch of sets out at whatever the most recent Whoop race was, but not a lot. And then he sent me a couple sets. So like my guess would be is that he had Happy Model make them like maybe 20, maybe 30 sets, which he had to pay for, right? So like he's paying for us to all learn this, which is really cool. So yeah, really, really cool stuff. Costa FPV says, in my experience, 0702 last much less than 0802, a bit disappointing. I've had the complete opposite experience. 0702s are so much lighter than 802s that for me, they've lasted way, way, way longer. I'm not the biggest sample size, but I fly 6 to 10 batteries most days. And I've been flying 0702s ever since they first came out. Like I was a real early adopter. So I've probably got at least 500, probably closer to 1,000 batteries on various 702s. And before the 702s, probably about that same number of batteries on 802s. And I've found 702s to be way, 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 way more durable, mainly because they're lighter, right? Like they're significantly lighter, so the all-up weight goes down. And then when you smash into stuff, you have a lot less, mass driving the propeller into the motor shaft, which is the main failure point. The motor shaft will bend. So that's interesting. What's Costa? What's your sample size? Like how many batteries are we talking here? Out of curiosity, because I'm always interested when somebody has the complete ass opposite experience of me. Like what's going on there, right? All right, so hey, chat. What's going on, friends? Harble's FPV was first. What's up, homie? Left Step was next. Apache Smoke, Wounded Sniper, Hockey Rounds, Kevin Sumner, Peter Clark, CH3FPV, OCDFPV, Walter Van Den Ord, C-Will, Simon, Volusia's in the house, Northern Tier, Joe Felmt, Daniel 1964, Freelojo, and Gusto FPV. I'm just going to start reading the first page of names. So if you want the gangliest of all ganglies to say your name on a live stream, you got to come to the streams early and you got to post something in the chat. Cool? If you want to talk directly to me in the chat, all you have to do is type my name, CiottiFPV, no space. When you type someone's name into the chat and you spell it correctly, for that person, it comes up in orange and they know that you're talking to them, just like in the real world when you walk up to someone, say their name, and then start talking to them. So do it. If you want to get my attention in chat, just type my name, or you can do a super chat if you want to support the completely crowdfunded thing that I've got going on here. The other way that you can support me is heading over to CiottiFPV.com, and there's a whole bunch of different things going on. Patreon helps me out the most, and you can jump on for as little as $3 a month. If you got, what's the math? What's 12 times 3? 36? You got 30. Can you spare $36 a year? It'll make a huge difference, and we'll keep testing all this stuff, and then you can stop buying wrong stuff. Look, if you hook a brother up and join my Patreon, and then I help you not pay $40-something for these 40,000 kV motors because they're too high of a kV, maybe not, then hey, works out well, right? So yeah, help me keep testing stuff so that you don't buy stuff that sucks. When Joshua and myself, for example, we are like I am pretty completely crowdfunded. We don't care. Like WeBleed sent me these motors, he knows damn well that if they suck, I'm going to tell you guys that they suck, because he doesn't support me financially. He just sends me stuff to test, right? He gets the benefit of me testing it, and he gets some marketing for free, right? And that's kind of how Joshua and I operate, right? Like, if you want to send us stuff, you know damn well that if it blows, we're going to trash on it in front of everybody. So, A, anybody that sends us stuff has big old balls, and they're confident of their gear, which is pretty awesome. But B, yeah, there's like no expectations there. So hook your boy up. Join my Patreon. There's a ton of benefits too. You're going to get access to an unlisted playlist on YouTube with like sketchy flying, I don't want to be public, YouTube only, or Patreon only live streams that I've done, half done edits that I'm like, hey, is this song fit? So tons of cool content there. There's 2 different Facebook groups you're going to get invited to. One for selling stuff, one for just hanging with this awesome group of people that's over here in the chat. Really unique group of folks that hang out here, really technically minded. So yeah, if you're looking to like, I don't really specialize in like beginners. I kind of take people that are already good and try to make them great. So if that's what you're looking for, this is the group. We're a super cool, tight-knit group of people that are kind of like FPV 102 in a weird way. Maybe even FPV 103. There's a Discord channel that you're going to get full access to. You're going to get cool opportunities like the Stick and Dick End Fund. It's a couple of boxes of every single stick end that exists that you can rent out from me and try them so that you can see if you actually like them. By the way, somebody still has the box of M3 stick ends. Check around. I got to look it up and see where it is. I also have a set of calibrated weights. If you want to calibrate your scale, I'll send you a set of calibrated weights that you can rent out for me. Basically, you're just going to pay shipping. And then you can use them, calibrate your scale, send them on back to me. So yeah, all kinds of really cool stuff for $3 whole a month. That's like 7.5 cents per hour of live streams that I do. I do about 40 hours a month. So yeah, that's the best way that you can support me for sure. Patreon also takes the least percentage out of anybody else. There's a Teespring store with some fun t-shirts. There's an Etsy store with some fun stickers and random hardware that might help you during your builds. And then there's a whole bunch of affiliate links. At this point, if you're ordering anything online, someone that you probably watch on YouTube has an affiliate link to that website. Spend a couple of minutes, try to find it. It makes a huge difference. If you want to keep watching stuff for free on YouTube, you kind of need to do it. Not really, but it really does help us out. It's free money, yo. It doesn't affect anybody in any way other than that we get 1 to 6% of your entire shopping cart. So, like, especially if you're about to do a big order, like on Amazon, right? If you're about to buy something expensive on Amazon, for the love of God, use my or Joshua's or somebody's affiliate link. It really is like free money. It's not a lot, but when a whole bunch of people do it, it makes a big difference. And again, it's just coming out of the ether. It doesn't affect anybody in any way. So hook us up. Let us keep making content for you and do all the things. Cool? Thanks, friends. In the chat, Apache Smoke Wounded Sniper tagged me and said, "What's up, Ciotti? How you doing?" I'm doing great. Now that I'm hanging out with my friends. Apache Smoke also says, seems like you have to send an ultimate tiny whoop to Joshua. I've already been kind of thinking about doing that, but what I just messaged Joshua actually is that the Mobula 6 2024 is so good that he might as well just ask Happy Model to send him one, and like it's so close in performance to the way that these ultimate freestyle tiny whoops fly. To be honest, it's kind of demoralizing. Like, the past couple of days, like, I'm so happy that it flies this good and that, like, a lot of people are going to get to fly a tiny whoop that's this just, like, amazing. But at the same time, like, man, it was really cool to have this magical formula of tiny whoop that works so well and flies so amazing. And so, yeah, that's kind of gone, which, yeah. Kind of sucks, but in the end, I'm happy that a lot of people are going to get to fly something that flies very similar to this amazing combination of parts that I kind of figured out. So, yeah. Screw you, Happy Model. No, great job, Happy Model. Very, very, very impressive work on the new Mobula 6. It's really good. I think in the grand scheme of things, though, I'm going to end up transplanting the old school canopy and camera over to it. And so, and I don't know about the frame. The frame does seem pretty good, but if the frame ends up being fragile in any way, that's going to get swapped out as well. So, and I do like, and I've actually already switched mine over to the BT 2.0 180 degree. So, like, you know, switch the camera, switch the canopy, possibly switch the frame, and you really don't need it comes with an A30 connector, which is totally fine. It's just this 180 degrees, just so awesome. So change the battery lead. That's a custom build, right? I can still call that the ultimate freestyle tiny whoop, can't I? I can't. It's just a Mob6 2024 with a different canopy and camera. Oh well, I tried. Seriously, if somebody can find a website that has the Betaflight F4 ELRS and the RunCam Nano 3 both in stock, I'll love you long time. So yeah, I'm gonna try to convince Joshua to have Happy Model send him a Mob6 2024 instead of me sending him one of these Ultimate Freestyle rigs. Because then he can also do a review of it, and that'll get a ton of people to buy them, and then a ton more people will have this incredible flying tiny whoop. And that's, you know, at the end of the day, that's what I'm here for, man. I want as many people to fly awesome rigs as possible. This whole live stream, this whole like FPV as a career really sort of came out of nowhere. It was never about making money. It was about it was not about making money at all at first when I had a day job, but then when I got laid off from that day job, it was like, well, let's see if there's a way to fairly do this and make a career out of it, and it's been crazy ever since. So CH3FPV says, perfect setup, the new Mob6 2024 40,000 kV. You guys in the US are lucky AF. I can't imagine this lightweight floppy framed thing on the 40,000s. The 28,000s that come on this are plenty. I'm really, really, really happy with these 28,000 kV motors, and they're soldered on. So what a pain in the ass it is to switch motors. I love that these motors are just enough because they're soldered on, and that's a nightmare. It's not a nightmare. It's just a total pain in the ass. Kevin Sumner says, Chris FPV, I assume your question is directed at CiottiFPV. Let me see if I can find. So, OG friends, yeah, if you see somebody asking a question directed at me, or just a really good question where they forgot to tag me, do like Kevin Sumner did. Copy it, paste it, give him credit, and tag me. Chris FPV's comment was, so you're divorced then? Yeah, my ex-wife left me 2 years ago. Thanks for bringing that up. That's fine, whatever. I don't want anything to do with her anymore. Her new life is fucking weird. Danzilla dropping the CiottiFPV.com link. Thank you, dude. Tyler Walker says, what AIO do you recommend for 3-inch builds? 4S 1408 3950 kV. I'm still a huge fan of all of the Acon stuff, and you can still get it. RDQ actually just started selling Acon electronics. So yeah, you should be able to get a 20x20 Acon flight controller from RDQ. They used to also sell it on Pyrodrone, I believe. T-Motor's expensive line, it doesn't really have a name. Like, T-Motor has like their Pacer electronics. They've got some other line of electronics with another word to describe it. And then they've just got a line of electronics that are noticeably more expensive that don't have like a fancy name. It'll just be like F7 20x20 flight controller. You can always tell by the cost. Those are made by Acon. So those are totally safe as well. Acon is really the only company that I've found that makes electronics that are significantly more durable. I crash constantly, at least 2 or 3 times per battery, and usually I crash really hard. So like, I'm a really good person for like Kebab from FPV Cycle realized this a long time ago, and like I just immediately became his like crash dummy tester. So like he would send me all of his prototype stuff because he knew I would beat the hell out of it, and then take pictures and send him all the feedback so that he could beef it up in the spots where I destroyed it. He's had really great luck with kind of doing that, and I'm more than happy to do it, right? I get free prototype cool stuff, and then I just get to beat the shit out of it, and then the production product he sends me as well, and it's designed better, and it's stronger and faster and lighter and whatever. So yeah, it works really well. So yeah, I usually have a really good feel for what electronics are incredibly durable, and then when I come on the live streams and talk about that stuff and you guys all go buy it, I'll get messages like, holy shit, you were right, this is incredibly durable, I can't break it. To give you some idea, I've got a couple of 30x30 Acon 35 amp ESCs that have thousands of batteries on them that have been just hammered to death here in Atlanta. The spots that we fly here in Atlanta are vicious. Like everything that you hit is concrete or metal. And yeah, these Acon ESCs absolutely refuse to die. The only way that I finally killed one of them, and one of them on one of the rigs survived this same crash, but the other one I finally killed, it was a 25-story dive directly to the concrete. And that finally killed that's the only Acon 30x30 ESC I have ever killed. And that quad, that was a $200 crash. $200 worth of stuff broke in that crash. It was just like a pile of dust on the ground, essentially. So yeah, Acon's the way to go, man. You're going to pay a couple of extra dollars, like literally a couple extra dollars for their stuff. But they're going to last like 5 times as long, so it's well worth the couple extra bucks for Acon stuff or the expensive T-motor stuff. Can I get a channel says, I'll just chill here for a bit to boost analytics, but I got some shit to do around here in earshot before I gotta go. Thanks, brother. Much appreciated. Freelojo dropping the Patreon link. Thank you, dude. ScottFPV says, how's it going? Forktail Devil says, what's up? Nightwing says, what's the average weight of the whoops that you fly? 18 to 19, basically, dry without the battery. So yeah, 18 point something grams. One of them, this one actually, on the 36,000 kV motors. The reason I put the mega kV motors on this, I have 3 of these Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoops. The reason I put the crazy kV motors on this is because this is the heaviest one. It's because this one is on the V1 Happy Model board, which was, the PDB is a little bit thicker, so it's a little heavier. This guy used to be 19.2 grams, but because the Mobula 6 2024 has completely opened my eyes to the magic of getting another gram off of these things, I actually lightened this thing up a little bit, and it is now, apparently I lightened it up a lot because it lost 0.9 of a gram. It is now 18.31 grams. The main way that I've been lightening these things up over the last like 48 hours is by, unfortunately, taking the TrueRC ultra short singularity antennas off of them. And I've been taking, it's going to be hard for you guys to see this, so let's fire this camera up. I've been taking linear whip antennas and removing the big dumbass piece of metal here to give me this, which is stupidly lightweight and works hysterically well. Like, if I fly this upstairs, yes, the reception is not as good as when it has the silly metal thing on it. It's not a silly metal thing. It's there for a reason, but it's very heavy. So yeah, the metal thing, removing the metal thing definitely makes them work worse, but 90% of the flying that I do is right over there. And over there, this antenna that's super lightweight works totally fine. And then the TrueRC Singularity is like the next step of getting better quality to from your signal from the quad back to your goggles. But again, most of the flying I'm doing is inside of this what, 600 square foot basement. So I will take the weight savings for sure until it drives me insane, which I don't know if it ever will, but yeah. Thank you, Happy Model, for reminding me. I say it all the time. It's a saying from my motorsport days. Like, that's a Miata saying. Lightweight fixes everything. That you can trace it even farther back to Colin Chapman of Lotus, the car company Lotus. His very famous saying is to add lightness and simplify. And yeah, lightness is magic, absolute magic. So what else we got going on here in the chat? So yeah, Nightwing, 18 point something grams basically is what I shoot for, but I am for sure now shooting for 17 point something grams, which it's looking like. So on Friday's live stream, we tore the new Mob 6 completely down. I desoldered the camera and I just weighed everything. The AIO, the frame, the camera and canopy, it all got weighed. So all of the weights to this are there because I was curious, like, how the hell did they get this thing down to 17.7 grams? So yeah, we figured that out. And in the process of doing so, I figured out a couple of ways that I can make this even lighter. So my new goal is 17 point something grams. My like, it's weird to say this, but my classic formula for an ultimate freestyle tiny whoop, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this down into the 17s. That's not true. Well, no, that maybe is true. I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get this down into the 17 gram range. I don't know if I'm going to be able to because the AIO that I use on these things, the old school Mob 6 AIO, it's just heavier. The new 2024 AIO is significantly lighter. And yeah, I think it's like 0.8 of a gram lighter, which is a really big deal. It might be 0.6 or 0.8 of a gram lighter. That's a really big deal. So I've been flying this quite a bit because I want to stress test this AIO as much as I can. The really magical thing about the old Mob 6 AIO is that it's durable as shit. And so I'm not going to buy a single one. Happy Model sent this to me. Thank you for that, Jason, over there. I will gladly switch over to this AIO if it's durable, once they come out with the plug version of it. Jason okayed me to give you guys a little bit of an exclusive. Oh! Kill me. And let you guys know that there is going to be a plug-based version of this AIO available. I don't know if it's going to be in a bind and fly, available separately, whatever. But yeah, there will be a plug-based version of this new AIO at some point. And so as long as I can keep pounding on this AIO and not have it fail, I will almost certainly move over to that new AIO for the weight savings. Because yeah, I would love to get down into the 17 gram range. In doing so, I will probably also start motor limiting, because 28,000 kV at 17.7 grams is amazing. I think my perfect combo is going to be up at 30,000 kV. But with how good the motor limiting works in Betaflight, what I'll actually do is put the 36,000 Firefly motors on and then just motor limit them down to 32 or 30,000. Or maybe I'll do we'll see. I'll do the testing, of course, on the streams, as I always do. Maybe I'll do the Moon Traveler 32,000 kV motors and bring them down to 30. But like, what I can tell you is that the 36,000 kV motors on a 17 gram rig is going to be way too much. But it'll be really cool if I go to fly this thing outside or at a jungle gym, or like if I do Monster Jam again in Tennessee this year, and I stay at that same hotel with that ridiculous like 15-story dive with those globe light bulbs all the way down. It would be amazing to be able to crank it up to 100% and have that 36,000 kV on that big gnarly dive. So yeah, man, really exciting stuff in Tiny Whoops right now. So we all benefit. Gray Hat says, thanks for the info on throttle settings. Because of you, I was able to fly my Pavo 23S smoothly and accurately in my basement practicing for indoor cinematic work. You're certainly welcome, Gray Hat. Anybody that hasn't seen it, Gray Hat is referencing a live stream from about a week ago where I dove deep into Throttle Expo, who it's for, who it's not for, what it does, how it works, how to perfectly set it. It's not something that you can just watch a 60-second short on and have any ability to set it properly or just, yeah, like you got to dive into it a little bit. And so we did that. And I spent like almost an hour on it. So yeah, if you want your flight footage to look significantly better, watch that, or just put it on in the background. You're going to pick a bunch up from it. There's timestamps thanks to Apache Smoke Wounded Sniper. It makes a huge difference, especially with Tiny Whoops trying to fly in the house, which is insanely difficult. So yeah, if you want to fly a little bit closer to the way that I fly in the house with mega powerful Tiny Whoops, Throttle Expo is an absolute necessity. Like without it, it'll be a nightmare straight up. Like you'll probably just end up giving up. A lot of people I've found like that try to go down the Tiny Whoop route, they just bail because it's just like, this is a nightmare. Like I'm just bouncing up and down. The flight footage is worthless. It's just a hot mess. And a big part of that problem is the throttle control. Throttle control is the most difficult part of FPV. So getting that under control when you've got a really powerful motor is a game changer. Every single stream since I've done that one, there's been like more than one person in the chat like, yo, holy shit, what a difference. So yeah. Mafi says, is the Beta F for oh, okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Gray Hat says, I bought some Flow 702 29,000 kV motors, so now that the purchase is complete, it's time for you to tell me why they suck and I made a horrible mistake. Those motors are great, man. Those 702 29,000 kV motors on the Hummingbird V3 is a hell of a combo. That setup, I did that live on stream and flew it around a bunch. It is very close to how good the Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop flies. So yeah, nothing wrong with those motors. If I'm gonna run a newbie drone AIO on a rig that uses the smaller motor plugs, those are the motors that I get hands down. I actually have I have 2 extra sets of those motors because I was so impressed by them, and they're on bearings. Quad 66 also loves those motors, and he knows what's up. So yeah, great motor for sure. YouTube just did the thing, so I'm having to scroll back up and figure out where I was in the chat. Thank you, YouTube, for having the worst live stream chat in the world. Freelojo with the Patreon link. Thank you for putting that into the chat, friend. VPro says, is there a way to stop Meteor 65 frame from chewing up props that are too low? There actually is, VPro. I don't have them here, but if you buy the Meteor 75 Air frame, it comes with these little risers that you can put below the motor to lift the motor up. For the same amount of money, you can get the Newbie Drone Cockroach 65 V3 frame, which has the ducts at the correct height so that you don't have that problem anymore. And that the Newbie Drone frame is way more durable than the Meteor 65 Air frame, but you didn't say Meteor 65 Air frame. You just said regular Meteor 65 frame. So yeah, I would. The Meteor 60, the OG Meteor 65 frame is great, don't get me wrong, but it's heavy, and then if you put those risers on it, it's going to be even heavier. You'll spend the same amount of money getting a Cockroach V3, just do that. Yeah, just do that. That's there's kind of no reason not to. You'll save a bunch of weight over the Meteor, not a bunch, but you'll save 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 of a gram over that Meteor 65 frame that you've got, and you'll spend the same amount of money as if you were to buy those silly risers. And then the other problem with the risers is what the hell screws you're gonna use. You're gonna have to find. I don't know what those screws are. I don't think they're M1.2. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what screws you would. I have no idea. Costa FPV says I placed approximately 100 batteries on the first RaceGow track and needed to change a motor that broke copper. I also noticed a tendency for the motor to stall after using turtle mode. Motor to stall. There's nothing about a motor that would cause a stall after turtle mode. That's an ESC thing. The motor either gets voltage and spins or it doesn't. So yeah, like that's got to be an ESC thing or a yeah, it's got to be an ESC thing. Change a motor that broke a copper. What's that mean? What's a copper mean? Are you talking about the copper windings? If so, what broke? Did the copper winding let go where it meets up with the wires? That has nothing to do with 702 or 802. That's just a manufacturing hiccup, basically, right? And like most of the motors that we run are from Happy models, so like there's the same amount of chance that can break on an 802 than a 702. Actually, there's more of a chance for it to break on the 802 because the 802 is going to hit harder, right? So yeah, that's just a. I mean, look, like pretty much all of these motors, all of the good motors, all of the best motors. Good's not the right word. All of the best motors are made by Happy Model. So if it's a 702 or it's an 802, it doesn't matter. The 802 is going to be heavier and it's going to have enough grunt to turn a 1.6 inch prop. The 702 motor is going to be lighter and it's best on a 1.2 inch prop. Like that's kind of it. If you're seeing a durability difference between them, your sample size is too small. Yeah, 100 batteries, that's too small of a sample size for sure. That's just a quality control thing. Like if you've had like 10 of them fail, like that's something that we can look at. But it sounds like you've just had one of them, that's a completely insignificant sample size. That's just a quality control problem on that one motor. That could have just as easily happened to an 802 or a 1002. Doesn't matter. So yeah. It sounds like it just happened to one motor. If it's happened to 10 motors, by all means, let me know. Believe me, I want to know that. But yeah, one motor letting go, that's nowhere near as big of a sample size. You need to be up in double digits at least to gain any actual, factual. God, I hate to use the word, but traction is a word that I can use here for that. Also, my chat here is filled with people that have been running the 702s and the 802s, and I've not heard from anybody that the 702s are any less durable. But again, yeah, the motors are constructed absolutely identical. It's just that the stator and the stator poles are a little bit wider on the 802s versus the 702s, so there's really no difference there. Grey Hat says, how do I find the Facebook groups on Patreon? I didn't see it. There should have been a Patreon whenever you join my Patreon, there's an email that automatically goes out that has the links to them. If you still can't find them, just message me and I'll send you the links. Stevo says, do you do the IGOW courses? I don't. I just don't. I've tried to twice now. And like, I do the first one, I do the second one, and then I just can't find the time to get the flying and the editing and the posting in week over week over week. It also feels kind of weird. Like, this is my job. And like, it feels not that I would win, but like, so for example, every year, Stacy from Rotor Riot messages me and says like, hey, can you, every year at Rampage, they do a bunch of contests, and one of the contests is always micros. And every year they don't get many submissions. And every year Stacy messages me close to Rampage and says like, hey, can you put an edit into it? We don't have many submissions. And And thus far, every year I say, yes, okay, and then I put an edit in, and then I win, and I feel like an asshole, because, like, this is my job, like, and it just feels weird, man. Like, it just feels like I'm gaming the system in this weird way. The same thing kind of it's funny, like, the same thing kind of happened with autocross. Like, after 3 or 4 years into autocross, falling in love with it, I started winning driver of the year in New Jersey, and, like, the second year that I won it, it felt weird. Like, I wanted somebody else to win. Like, it felt like I was hogging the driver of the year trophy, and I was also, like, instructing at that point, so, like, it just felt unfair. And so I just stopped competing. Like, I stopped running in enough events to win, and I just focused on instructing for the next bunch of years. I don't know. I just have some weirdness. Like I would love to win something once, but, like, after that, it's just like, cool, other people. Like, I want other people to win. I don't know. I'm a fucking weirdo. What can I say? But yeah, the main thing that keeps me from doing the IGOW is just that I can't commit to doing the flying and the editing and the submissions every single week. But I love seeing other people do it, and yeah, that's what it's all about. I also don't, the way that I fly is not, like, trick based. Like, the IGOW stuff is not really fun personally for me. It's really good practice, though. Like, I preach it. I want everybody else to do it because it is an amazing practice regimen. Back, like, my second, third, and fourth years into FPV, I really figured out, like, I decided that, like, I just really wanted to get good. Like, top of my priority list was getting good as a pilot. And so I spent a lot of time, like, figuring out how to make that happen. The simulator was huge. The other big thing, though, that I realized was that I needed to do drills. Like, I needed to go out and not just fly for fun all the time. I needed to, like, mix in what I ended up doing, because, like, just doing drills became boring and stale pretty quickly. So the happy medium that I found is that I would fly a battery for fun, and then I would work the next battery, and then I would fly another battery for fun, and then I would do another work battery. And, like, the work batteries are just doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, all right, this battery is Matty flips, and I would just do Matty flips back to 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 back. And by doing the same thing over and over and over again like that, you figure out all of these little, like, subtle things that really help. So, like, Matty flips, for example, right? The big aha moment was realizing that this was back in the days where I was heavy on 5-inch rigs. With the realization was with 30 degrees of up tilt, when the most important point in a Matty flip is when you pick up the throttle. So you start to nose over, and you keep pitching forward, you keep pitching forward, you keep pitching forward. If you hit the throttle anywhere in here, it drives you into the ground. So the big aha moment was realizing that when the rig was perfectly vertical like this is when I wanted to pick up the throttle, because it's no longer pushing me into the ground, and it's killing that forward momentum so that I have enough momentum to come back under the object that I'm Matty flipping. The aha moment was the way that I could tell when the rig was perfectly vertical like this with 30-degree up tilt is where the sky was. And it was basically like I would have just a tiny little bit of the horizon on the very top of my screen, and that's when I would pick up the throttle. And that made Matty flips, like, pretty much just as easy as power loops, because really that's all they are. It's just a reversed, it's just a pitch forward power loop. And I only realized that when I had spent, like, weeks doing this regimen of, like, having an entire battery where I just did Matty flips over and over and over and over and over again. And, like, every single move is like that. Like, if you do the same camera movement 100 times in a row, you're going to figure these little things out that, in my experience, just going out and ripping balls, you just don't learn it. You're too busy having fun, and you're too busy, like, mixing things in to really find those little subtle things. So I absolutely love IGOW, and I really encourage everyone to do it. I've just been through that. Like, I don't do those drills anymore. I've done them to death. They're even doing them every once in a while. Like, they're just not fun for me anymore. Would I get better doing them? For fucking sure. Like, absolutely. If getting better at flying freestyle was any kind of a priority for me, I would probably be doing it, because it is the most effective way that I've found to improve. But it's not. Like, getting better, I don't care about getting better at freestyle. Freestyle is fun, and it's like light practice for me. There are other things that I'm way more obsessed with now, getting better with, mainly like cinematic flying, cinematic work. So yeah, there you go. By the way, how satisfying is this? WeBleed sent me one of every color of the production crown frames, and I stacked them up proper Roy G. Biv, and then I have another little stack here with the two non Roy G. Biv colors, and so these now just sit right here, right under the camera, and I just keep looking down at it, being like, God damn, is that cool? So I highly recommend you go on WeBleed's website and spend like, this will probably only cost you like $25 to get this stack of frames, and just put it right here on your desk. And man, you'll feel like a fucking baller. I don't know if you'll feel like a baller, but it is just really, it's just like a little art installation, man. Do it. You'll love it. Thank me later. And you'll be supporting WeBleed, which is awesome. Simon says, got my DIY 5.8 UFL antenna down to 0.1 gram. Interesting to see what yours end up. These ones here, I believe, are 0.2 of a gram. I also learned something. So I've got this really cool little... I learned something I did not know about antennas. NeutronRC is a antenna company over in Europe. Great antenna company. I've been using their antennas forever. This is their antenna maker piece, and it's got all of the like measurements that you need, all custom molded into this thing, right? So I watched I've never used it. It's been sitting in my toolbox for like 3 or 4 or 5 years. I've never actually used it. Well, I finally somebody mentioned it on my Discord the other day, and I was like, fuck, I have that thing, and I grabbed it. And so I found there, of course, Menace made a little video how to use this thing. In the video showing how to use this, okay, so there's the story about this. Evan from Fly 533, he's got a video that I'm sure you all know, how to build his little race whoop. And in that video, he takes his guy that does a lot of his building. I forget his name. Forgive me. I met him at Rampage last year and the year before. He's a super cool kid. He's taken these antennas and he's cutting them down really, really, really short, which I was about to do. I was about to cut one of these down as short as I possibly could so that it would be as light as it possibly could be. But in the Menace video, he calls out, and one of the measurements here up on this part is the length, the total length. Here, let me show you. So if I put this stock antenna in here, what you'll notice, here, I'm going to show you over here with the detail camera. What you'll notice is that when I put this antenna in here, there's the tip of the antenna all the way up at the end of the pocket. And now look, this spot here is perfect for this cut. So this is where he wants you to, I need something more detailed. This is where Menace says to cut the antenna and either put a UFL or direct solder it. And in that video, he says that this distance does matter. And I never thought about that. This distance from here to here, part of it is this shielded part of the wire here. And the shielded part of the wire does not radiate. This is the unshielded part of the wire that actually radiates signal. But he says in there that the full length of the antenna does matter. And I'm really glad that I watched this, because what that basically means is that you should not, if you want good video performance, you should not cut this thing crazy short and then put the radiating part of the antenna here, because you're going to hurt the performance. I'm already hurting the performance by removing the little metal thing here. This is an antenna that I have not done yet. Again, this is one of the ones that I have lightened up. So A, it saved me a bunch of work because I didn't have to cut it down extra. Is he okay? Teddy just let out a I'm in pain bark, and now I'm all weirded out. He's not barking anymore though, so I assume he just got stepped on or something. So yeah, I'm glad that I didn't cut it down. So be careful. If you're at 0.1 of a gram, I have a feeling that you did what Evan and the guys did in their video. They're racing, so for them, every single fraction of a gram counts. So I get it. On a race whoop, it's not about video quality. For us doing freestyle, though, maybe we're DVRing the footage. Maybe we're planning on putting an edit up with it. It does matter a little bit. I already feel terrible that I've got like $80 worth of these TrueRC Singularity antennas. I feel terrible that I'm not going to be using them on all these rigs anymore. But you know, this is obviously going to give you incredible video quality. So yeah, I feel like I'm in the middle ground of like, I've saved a ton of weight. I've saved the TrueRC Singularity is 1 gram. This setup is 0.2 grams. So I've saved fucking 0.8 of a gram. That's a big deal. I'm willing to save 0.8 of a gram and get a little bit worse video quality, but I'm not willing to save another 0.1 of a gram to potentially get even worse video quality. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's super easy to do. If you want to go down this road, it's super easy. You take your whip antenna. I know you've got a bunch of these floating around. You take your flush cutters and you cut the shrink wrap off. Once you cut the shrink wrap off, you're going to see that there is this metal collar thing sitting here on the antenna, and it's soldered down. Fire up your soldering iron and just touch the tip of your soldering iron right up. You'll see it. You'll see a little bit of solder up here. Just touch the tip of your soldering iron to this, and at the same time, you can just hold this in your fingers and just push forward like this, basically. Like pinch it, and just touch the tip of the soldering iron, and the metal piece will just boop, and it'll just pop right off. And then you trash the metal piece, and you've got yourself a 0.2 gram antenna that works completely fine. Like I did one, and I was like, this is gonna suck. I know it. And I start flying it around here, and it's absolutely fine. The video quality is absolutely perfect. So yeah, incredibly lightweight. And you know what's really funny is like I have had so many of these whip antennas in a box just from like being into FPV for the last almost 8 years, and I've been giving these away in every single Tiny Whoop giveaway for like the last year plus. And now all of a sudden I'm like, shit, man, I would love to have a whole bunch of these so that I could modify them and then actually throw them up on my Etsy store. So now I don't have many of these left, but I do have a bunch, and I am going to be doing that. I'm going to be selling ultra lightweight whip antennas on my Etsy store. If you want one of them, shoot me a message, and I'll make you one before I even put it up in the store. JSpinFPV says, here you were so worried they would ruin it. I know. Turns out they watch the streams. I don't know about that. But yeah, man, I'm still worried. I am admittedly still worried that this... look, I do not love that there's a BMI 270 gyro on here. But all of the Mob 6 AIOs that they've sold for the last 6 months have had the BMI 270 gyro. So, like, I have 1 or 2 of these that have MPU 6000s that are just, like, gold. But, yeah, even the AIO that we've known to be super durable has had the BMI 270 gyro that this new one has. So like literally once we have the plug version of this, as long as this AIO is durable, I'm totally happy, but I'm still terrified, right? Because like this AIO on the previous Mob 6 is the first AIO ever that has been like properly durable, and so it felt like it was this, and like Happy Model has a bunch of other AIOs that are not durable at all. So it really felt like it was just this like magical unicorn thing that they got perfect just this one time, maybe by random chance. And like, maybe they're never going to do that again. But I'm hoping that it's not. I'm hoping that this is good. I also changed the ELRS antenna on this as well to the little super thin newbie drone one. So we'll be trying that as well. But it didn't save me much weight. I would actually not recommend you do that. It already comes with a wire antenna. It's just a piece of copper wire. And once I got it off, I weighed it, and it was only 0.2 of a gram. So it's really not worth it. I would just leave the copper antenna on. But, hey, I had to remove it to weigh it, so what the hell. Fresh Bread says, are you going to participate in Race Gal 2? If not, why? I talked about that a little bit ago. It's just, there's way more of a chance. There's no chance of me competing in Race Gal because I don't like racing. I don't like so many things about racing. If I'm going to race, I'm going to do it in a car, at an autocross or a track day. Racing, FPV racing is just frustrating for me. I just don't personally enjoy it. But yeah, I talked about why I don't participate in the IGOWs a little bit early in the live stream. CiottiFPV says, I'm on the setup screen in Betaflight and it shows my quad slowly ticking to the left. Why is it doing that? And is it a problem? Yep, your gyro has failed, my friend. Sorry, brother. That is almost certainly a gyro that is on its way out or already done. The rig will still fly, but it'll do weird shit. That is a classic. So we call that the yaw tick. And that is like a classic gyro failure. It happens. If you've been into the hobby for more than 2 or 3 years, you've had that happen to you. So welcome to the club, friend. It sucks. It's the worst club ever. Paul Sang says, what do you think of the new NeutronRC 5 amp? I'm a diehard Betacross and was a Diamond F4 fan, but I'm up for trying that out. I bought that NeutronRC AIO from Newbie Drone. It failed on the very first battery. I sent it back to Newbie Drone. Kelvin over at Newbie Drone and I are kind of friends, and Kelvin was like, hey, send it back to me and I'll fix it. Like literally fix it. He's got a hot air station and whatnot. He could not get in touch with NeutronRC, even though they're a vendor of theirs, to get like one question answered about how to fix the damn thing. And he got so upset that he just said, to hell with it, I'm not doing business with NeutronRC anymore. And I believe he also had some other of the, he had more than just mine come back. So I do not recommend that NeutronRC. At this point, I don't recommend NeutronRC anything from that experience that he had. Like, if a manufacturer won't get back to a vendor, how the hell am I going to get any kind of customer support for them, right? So, yeah, I don't recommend anything Neutron, unfortunately. WeBleed says, who's got big balls? Sorry, late to the party, just waking up. Hey, Gangly Gangs, happy Sunday. Welcome, Zotek. I haven't gotten it up in the air yet. It's a fresh build, actually. I'm going to get caught up on chat, as always, and then we're going to dive into it. OMFPV says, no luck with those stripped down tiny whoop antennas. No luck with those stripped down tiny whoop antennas. Which tiny whoop antennas? I don't know which tiny whoop antennas you're referring to, OMFPV. Tag me again and give me a little bit more to go off of. Rain Squad FPV says, giving out all the AIO secrets tonight. Yeah, for sure. Hey, man, I've been giving out all the AIO secrets for literally years. I'm in my tiny little corner of the internet just screaming from the rooftops trying to get the info out there. Sometimes people hear it, and it's great. All Drizzle says, what's your favorite motor currently for durability? I have not seen a significant difference in durability between really any of these tiny whoop motors. The 1mm motor shaft is not strong enough to not be the weak point. So regardless of what motor it is, if it has a 1mm motor shaft, after enough hard hits, you're going to bend that motor shaft up above the bell. There's not one company that seems to be using a better quality of metal for that motor shaft. So yeah, there might be other areas of the motor where there is a difference in durability, but the motor shaft always dies first. So it kind of doesn't matter. Once you get up to the 1.5 millimeter motor shaft motors, yeah, maybe at that point you can tell if the motor is actually more durable, but there are only a couple of those motors that exist, so we haven't really gotten there yet. So yeah, unfortunately, the motor shaft bends and it's game over. And so what's kind of nice about that is you just don't have to worry about durability. They're all as durable as the next one. The way that you get more durability is to lighten them up and to run a frame that has enough flex to it that shock that you put into it gets absorbed by the frame. The best way to just demolish your durability, in my experience, on tiny whoops is to run either a carbon fiber brace or a carbon fiber frame, because that carbon fiber solidly mounts the motor, and then every single time you smack something, that motor shaft has to eat all of the energy. Whereas with these plastic frames, when you crash, the motor moves, the stator moves, and it absorbs, the frame absorbs more of the energy rather than all of that energy just dumping into the 1 mil motor shaft that's already kind of fragile. So yeah, the frame has the most to do with durability in my experience over the last few years of flying thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of batteries and crashing a lot, right? Like I said earlier, I crash 2-3 times per battery minimum. So we're talking thousands and thousands of crashes. So it's a pretty decent sample size. Kevin Sumner says, check out the Mob6 HDZero antenna. I wonder if we can buy it. Link in live stream live. Let's take a look here. All right, what do we got? Could we get a clear picture of it, please? Hey, I've got one of those. I had a funny feeling that this was an antenna from Happy Model. I have 2 of these antennas that I have not known where they've come from, and they've just been floating around, and I always use them on builds that, like, I don't really care as much about the video quality, and I just want to save a little bit of weight. Let's test this. Let's put this in this thing and see. Because it seems to be a little too short. Yeah, it looks like it's a little too short according to Menace's measurements there, right? See, so you can, instead of this, I would actually recommend that you just, I know that you guys have one of these floating around in a box somewhere. Just take this, remove the metal piece, and you got that little bit of extra length. I can't possibly imagine that it's that much heavier. And you might get a little bit better video quality because the length here is tuned to whatever NeutronRC has determined is the right total length for the antenna. But that, oh, cool! I was pretty sure that this was a Happy Model, that these were Happy Model antennas that I'd had kicking around. But now I know it for a fact. Awesome. So yeah, that's their HDZero whoop. I guess they're with HDZero you get a more powerful VTX, so they're like, well, screw it, let's put an extra lightweight antenna on there. Good catch, brother. Danzel the Terrible says, see left step above. Left step says, is throttle cut on a radio effectively the same as motor limit in Betaflight? Absolutely not. Or do they work completely differently? Not completely different, but significantly different. Yeah, for sure. So on your radio or in the rates tab in Betaflight, you can put a, what the hell do they call it? I gotta plug into Betaflight anyway. I can't believe I just said plug up. That's a very southern thing. It's the first time that I've said that instead of plug in. Come on, Betaflight configurator, you can do it. All right, well, regardless, in the rates tab, in the rates tab, there's a throttle limit. It's called throttle limit in the rates tab. That's the same thing as just on your radio setting up. It's my favorite function for the knobs. Somebody has a video. Project Blue Falcon or Joshua have a video from a long time ago on how you can actually use the damn knobs on your transmitter as a throttle limit. So you turn the knob down a little bit, and then when you go full throttle, it's 90% or 80% or 70%, right? That has no effect on the PID loop. In the PID tab, the motor limiting in the PID tab, that pulls everything down. Basically what that does is effectively give you a lower KV motor. And where that's really valuable is like if you're going to run a motor that's way too high of a KV. In that scenario, the PID loop will be like just beside itself. Like if you give the PID loop too much power, it just flips the fuck out. And then you have to like bring the PID values so low down. This is... All right, so the... Teddy, no! What are you doing? What are you doing? You got him? All right. Jesus. Ugh, hang on, guys. God damn it. That was the I'm going to kill someone bark from the dog that we don't usually get. All right, so the PID loop corrects. All right, so you go into prop wash. You go into prop wash, and the dirty air makes the rig go like this, basically, right? The PID loop is functioning at 4,000 or 3,200 or 4,000 or 8,000 cycles per second. So, at a minimum, in 1/3,200ths of a second, the gyro registers this thing. You've told it to just do this, right? You're not on the sticks. You're just fading back. But the dirty air makes it go off of set point. Your set point is nothing. Your sticks are in the middle. You're just managing the throttle. So the set point is a perfect path, straight backwards. As soon as the dirty air makes this thing go off of that, in 1/32,000ths of a second, the gyro sees that and it tells the PID loop. And the PID loop says, shit, fix it. So the PID loop fires up this motor and it breaks down this motor to fix that problem, right? It does it with it, and so your PID values are the timing. The higher your PID values are, the quicker it's going to fight against that. But then there's also the amount of power that the system has, all right? And the amount of power, how hard it's going to be able to push against that is a function of PID sum and just your mechanical setup. The motors, the propellers, the battery, right? How much thrust can your mechanical system deliver? So if you bring on your transmitter a throttle cut, or if you go into the rates tab and you bring the throttle cut down, the PID loop is still going to have access to all that power that the rig is set up for. The motor limiting in the PID tab limits the amount of power that are going to the motors in addition to how much power you get at full throttle. So so what you might now be thinking is, well, why the hell would I want to do that? Why would I not just want to do a throttle cut and let the PID loop go completely ham? It's because if the PID loop has access to too much... So in fixing error, it's being fixed in two ways. Raw thrust, but also timing. The timing is really interesting because it builds up. Right? If this thing fires this motor up a little bit sooner, it's not going to instantly fix the problem. It's going to build up. So it starts to push and it starts to help a little bit, helps a little bit more, helps a little bit more, helps a little bit more, gets it back on the set point. Right? So by raising the PID, for you it's this direction, by raising the PID values, it's going to attack a little bit earlier and it's going to build up. Well, if you have a powertrain, a mechanical system that makes too much power, you will have to pull your PIDs down significantly, and you will get worse flight performance than if your PIDs were elevated and you had a little bit less power in the mechanical system. This is something that I've talked to Mark Spatz about a whole bunch, and he doesn't have like a hard and fast answer. And like, that makes sense because there's a million different rigs with a million different amounts of power and all up weight and all this shit, right? But like, basically the gist that I've gotten from Mark Spatz is UAV tech, if you're not a total nerd. The gist that I've gotten is that you really don't want to pull the sliders down below like 1.0 essentially. So like, if you've got your sliders at 1.0 and you've got a motor prop battery combo that makes so much power that the damn thing wants to fly away, you want to bring a motor limit in. The other thing that's kind of cool is that the motor limit is just really easy to use. The throttle cut, you get into this situation where you might have this problem where it's like, why the hell I'm pulling my PIDs down to 0.9. I got this crazy powerful rig. So like, as an example, for about a year, I had two completely identical 5-inch glides, one of them on 2400 kV motors, on 6S with initially a throttle cut, but then eventually a motor limit when that came out. And then another one on 1800 kV motors, I think they were, on 6S. I was doing that to see if there was a big like negative to running motor limiting, to running a throttle cut. In the process of that year, motor limiting came out. And so like, early on in that process, I had a problem where I was throttle limiting on my transmitter with the knob, and I was having to run like lower PIDs, and the flight performance was not as good. When motor limiting, as the 6S rig, when motor limiting came out and I started to use motor limiting instead of the throttle cut, that rig started flying completely identical, because the motor limiting was basically taking that 2400 kV motor and pulling it down to 1800 kV, because the motor limiting was limiting both the PIDs and what would happen when I would go full throttle. So I got to like live that experience of like, throttle cut is nice, but if you're having to throttle cut a bunch, you're probably better off using the motor limiting instead. What I've realized is like, just use the motor limiting. Like the motor limiting is so much easier to use, and there's so little to be gained from having all of that extra power tied up in the PID loop, that yeah, if you've got a system that has too much power and you want to bring it a little bit down under control, just use motor limiting, and then you can ideally you can push the PIDs up a little bit and not just have the PIDs at like 1.0. I've had a way better experience and I think better flight characteristics with PIDs that are up at like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 and a little bit of a motor limit than like trying to chase this dragon of like throttle limiting and having the PID loop have access to like gobs and gobs and gobs of power. Brandon's Baked Beans, you got any thoughts on this? Have you done any testing there? And or what did I completely butcher in that description? Brandon's Baked Beans, or Brandon's Beans in the chat, is our resident black box genius. So he looks at actual data. I talk to people that look at the data and try to break it down in a way that I can explain to you guys so that you can, not have to be a goddamn engineer to understand it. So like, in the process of trying to break this stuff down and make it simple, sometimes I'll kind of oversimplify it, or I'll get a little bit confused with it. So I always like to kind of check in with Brandon. Hopefully he's here. Simon23 says, have you gone over crash recovery settings before? I have indeed. Trying it out, but it seems to take over and recover for me during snappy flips and rolls. Simo, jump to my channel here and use this little magnifying glass here, which will search just inside my channel and search for crash recovery, and that will find, thanks to Apache Smoke Wounded Sniper and Quad Bod, there's all these timestamps on all of my, not all, but most of my live streams from the past year. Yeah, this will search all of those timestamps, and it will find the videos that have crash recovery in them. I definitely hit it on these 10 secrets. We Bleed Crown from 3 months ago. No. Very recently. So do this, and then look for a video from within the last month. Hit this one first. I hit it on here. But like last week or the week before, I went over it and I showed you my exact settings. Maybe that was the video where I showed you my exact settings. Yeah, this isn't finding it. Although there are a couple of videos that I have not put the live streams that I have not put the timestamps up for. So check this video, and if I don't give you the exact settings in this video, I'll find it and I'll help you out. But there are 3 more settings. It's the D-gain. If you go into the CLI and you type in get space crash, it's going to show you all of the settings that have the word crash in them. So crash recovery on is going to be in there. You've now turned it on. There's also going to be like crash recovery D-gain, crash recovery G, as in G forces. And there's one more. And those are the ones that I had to bump the values up to get it to stop doing that. I had the exact same problem. There's also one of the tabs that I lost when Chrome updated and deleted all my tabs. One of the tabs that I lost was a link to a brilliant Betaflight wiki with information on crash recovery. So if anybody... Hold on. I might actually be able to find it. Welcome to the wiki. And isn't there a search? There is. Please let this find it. Yes! There it is. I mean, you just watched me do it, how to get there, but I just did put the link in there. There it is. Crash D threshold and crash G threshold. First of all, just read this. This is genius. I mean, the Betaflight devs are the goddamn best. But these are the two. You need to bump these two up until that stops happening. But like I said, read through this. This is genius stuff right here. And I've read this a bunch of times, and there's still stuff that I don't necessarily understand. But this is amazing right here. Everything in here is amazing. This is actually from Betaflight 3.2. Crash recovery has been around for a long time. But yeah. So yeah, this is the Betaflight wiki. Yo, there is so much good stuff in here. So much incredible information in this Betaflight wiki. And the search works pretty well. The search is up in the top right corner here. All Drizzle says, also, would the X12 be a decent AIO for a Mob 6 platform? It would not, because the X12 is an oversized AIO that only fits in one Tiny Whoop frame, which is the one that it ships with, that it comes in the bind and fly, which is the Mob 7 V4. That is the only frame that X12 AIO fits properly in. Other than that, you can put it in like toothpicks and whatnot. But yeah, it's an oversized frame, so it pushes against the ducts if you try to put it in any Tiny Whoop frame other than the Mob 7 V4. It's also a pretty heavy AIO. Grey Hat says, regarding that 3S indoor flight with throttle expo, it's really easy to find your throttle mid when 2% is the difference between ceiling and floor. Took 20 seconds to get it dead right. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just... getting it absolutely perfect is really important. For you, it got made easy by that rig having a shitload of power. Rigs that don't have a ton of power, there is a little bit of adjusting that you need to do, which is why we dove into it for like an hour on that live stream. VPro says, I already have the cockroach frames. I was just too lazy to replace the Meteor one before I break it. Shit, VPro, I don't remember what we were talking about. It was like a half an hour ago. I'm trying to find where that was. Oh. Is there a way to stop Meteor 65 frame from shooting up props that are too low? Yeah. Cool. So yeah, you've already got the frame. Swap them over. You'll be good. Where was I? VPro also says, by the way, what are the sticky foam pads that come with the Cockroach 65 frames for? They're just for putting on the bottom so that when you land, it doesn't scratch your things up. I can't run them though because on the Happy Model motors, the motor shaft and the C-clip stick through, and that sticker touches them, and then it binds the motor all up. So I don't know what I guess maybe the newbie drone motors you can run those little sticky foam feet, but they don't really do much of anything. Liam Weitzel says statistical significance is what you're after. Hell yeah. In reference to the conversation we're having about durability. Grey Hat says drone racers everywhere want you to teach MCK your philosophy on winning awards. What's funny is like I personally don't like winning things more than once or whatever. But I have no problem with other people doing it. Like I don't like judge, and like I would never be like MCK should just stop winning all the awards. Like no, by all means, man. Like have a fucking wall full of awards. I don't know. I just don't like it, man. I would like to win something one time, and then like after that, let somebody else enjoy that, man. Like it feels great to win, and I want as many people to have that experience as possible. It just feels weird to like. Yeah, do it all the time. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. What can I say? Kevin Sumner says, winning too much, time to find Daniel San to your Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, right? Like that was sort of my path in autocross, and it was fucking great, man. Like it was so cool to like win and then just like dump all of that knowledge on everybody else and try to help other people win. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a weird person. Alexander Lewis Hughes says, winning isn't everything. Some people just want to be themselves and flow, like jamming and music, playing the drums, etc. I'm exactly the same, even though I've won some comps. Yeah, it's about the experience, man. In my motorsport day, here's the other kind of thing, and this also ties into why I don't like racing, is that in my time in motorsport, I got to see the bad side of competition, and people act terrible when there's like a clock involved, and when it's like all about winning and the emphasis is on like being the best and winning. People start acting awful and doing things that they wouldn't normally do, and like myself included. Like it's just, yeah, like when there's that pressure to win, and when it's just like, yes, win, it does not make you like a person that's in it for the right reasons, in a weird way, right? I don't know. I appreciate like the purity in things, and when competition gets mixed in, that purity can kind of go away, and you're not into it for like the art anymore. You're into it just to be the best, and yeah, that makes people not act right, act in their best ways. You know what I mean? So that's a part of it. And with what like early days of FPV for me, I found a group in Charleston that raced, and I started to see that, and I started to see like that and feel those weird feelings of like, whoa, like relax, like stop shitting on all over each other. Like we're all out here to have fun. Like it's about having fun. It's not about winning. And that really, really, really turned me off to racing. And like, no, not all racing is like that, but you know, when you have the scenario for that to happen, it's going to happen at least a little bit. It's not going to happen from everybody, but there are going to be people there that you know. So I don't know. Fresh Bread says, step up and submit some times for Race Gal 2. No, don't tell me what to do. We are only a few submissions short of beating last season's numbers. Yeah, don't tell me what to do. But no, I'm not gonna. I don't like racing. Racing is not fun to me, and I'm not gonna do something that's not fun. Like what? That's yeah. The FPV is now my job, and so like a lot of what I do is now work, right? Like in the same way that when you guys go to work, like you have to work and you probably don't love it. There are a bunch of things in FPV that I've been doing for 7+ years that I hate, but I have to do because it's work. And so I'm not going to do race gal because I'm not going to enjoy myself. Like if I do, and it's not, race gal is not like a part of my job. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to do race gal for this live stream to give you guys this info and yeah. So if I'm going to do some flying outside of flying on the stream, I love, I absolutely do. I'm not going to do flying that I don't enjoy. So yeah. Grey Hat says Tyrant's Pro Rooper might be worth another look. They are less strictly do all these tricks based on there are specific tricks for bonus points, but all flying is scored. It's pretty cool. I do like that a lot about Tyrant's competition. His competition is actually kind of my favorite. But again, I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the time or the stick-to-itiveness, as Adam Savage once said, to do that. And so, yeah, kind of is what it is. Grey Hat says, would like to see a comparison of a shortened version versus full. You won't be able to tell a difference in the basement here. Maybe if I go upstairs, we can tell a difference. We can play around with that. Actually, we could go drastic, and I'll put a rig up in the air with a true RC Singularity and fly that upstairs into a really challenging spot, and then we'll put one of these janky cut down ones. We should be able to see a difference. I can't imagine we wouldn't. Also, because I run all these on 25 milliwatts, we should almost certainly see a difference. I won't be able to see a difference, though, because I'm on rapid fire in my goggles. You guys will hopefully be able to see a difference because you're just on a shitty little $20-something VRX. Simon says, I did mine as short as possible, and the video is better than my circular polarized and stock antenna. That's weird. Through walls, etc. My tiny whoop circular polarized was shockingly poor, which I know is not others' experience. Which circular polarized did you have? If you had the small, it's probably broken. The small tiny whoop CP antenna is extremely fragile, and basically if you crash it like once or twice hard, you've knocked it out of alignment and it's just ruined. So that would be my guess. I'm guessing that you don't have the protected Singularity, because the performance of these is mind-blowing. Grey Hat says, DM'd you, but if you didn't send the AIO yet, I'll buy one of those Singularities from you. They are not for sale. I am definitely keeping them because they come in really, really handy. Kilo Zebra says, it's not just a video quality issue. As the antenna gets less efficient at radiating the RF energy, the more energy gets reflected back into the power amplifiers on your VTX. Interesting. Okay, very cool. Thank you for that, Kilo. So what it sounds like you're saying is that the length that Menace has measured out here is important to the VTX not heating up. And by going with a shorter antenna, by shortening the total length of the antenna, it sounds like this one. Also, it seems like this is the same antenna that's coming with the new HDZero version of the Mob6 2024. It can potentially cause the VTX to heat up a little bit more. That's kind of what I'm hearing from what you're saying. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Again, I try to break this shit down so that people that aren't total nerds like us can get some understanding from it. Grey Hat says, have you tried the Tiny Whoop little RHCP antenna? They're really light. I think you're talking about the small antenna, which we were just talking about. They're extremely light, and fresh out of the box, they work great, but as soon as you crash them a few times, they're out of tune. Alexander Lewis Hughes says, I don't even need to modify my antenna. That piece literally just fell off one day and I never replaced it. Bonus. Brad Mondin says, just ordered everything for the ultimate walk snail 75mm can't wait. Very cool, Brad. You're going to dig it. Cowboy with a... YouTube just did the thing again. Scrolling back up to try to find my place. Oh, I found it quick this time. Brad Mondin said, no, we got that. Cowboy with a camera says, I have a twitch when throttle pumps. Do you think it's a bad motor or ESC? Any way to check if the motor is bad? Absolutely there is. All right, so when you hammer the throttle, you're getting a... All right, so if you're getting a very... Now, do this no matter what. Do this no matter what. So if when you hammer the throttle, what you first need to figure out is which direction is it turning, all right? So let's say it's turning to the left, all right? So when you punch the throttle, it's twitching to the left. It's probably going to go left-right, or it's going to go right-left, because the PID loop is going to correct. You need to figure that out. You need to figure out which direction it's going first. Then what you're going to do, you've got on your quad, you've got 2 motors that spin one direction. You've got 2 motors that spin the other direction. In order to isolate if it's a motor that's the problem, you're going to take all 4 of your motors and swap them. And you need to swap them so that the ones that were rotating clockwise are now rotating counterclockwise. Make sense? And this way, when you fly it next time, if it's still going the same direction, then you know it's not the motor. And in that case, it's almost certainly the gyro. Or it could actually be that you just have motors that are not powerful enough. But it's actually probably the gyro. But yeah, that's how you isolate if it's the motors or if it's something else. Because if one of your motors that's currently turning clockwise is on its way out and you make it turn counterclockwise, when you jam the throttle, it's going to not keep up with the other motors. And you know what I mean? With me? Hopefully you're still with me. If not, let me know. And I'll try to explain it in a different way. Really good question, brother. Steve-O says, question, my AIO sometimes doesn't show battery voltage, only as 0.00, and sometimes it does, but it shows B voltage. Oh, battery voltage. Every once in a while, it will actually show the correct voltage in the OSD. With AIOs, you can't fix anything. There's nothing in Betaflight that would cause that behavior, so welcome to the unbelievable pain of AIOs. If anything fails, you have to replace the whole goddamn thing. So yeah, there's nothing in Betaflight that's going to fix that, so it's a physical issue. Yeah, sucks, but welcome to AIO life. It's the worst. Kevin Sumner says, CiottiFPV has lived in the South too long, confirmed. Yeah. Grey Hat says, so a 90% or 80% throttle limit might still use the full KV if the PID loop demands it. Throttle limit, absolutely. Motor limit, no. Motor limit will limit the PID loop as well as your throttle. Throttle limit only limits the throttle throw itself. Brandon's Baked Bean says, Betaflight works best with the PIDs as close to stock as possible. See? I know things. In my experience. Mark knows his stuff. Hell yeah. Cole Powers says, check your Chrome history. What was I looking for? Oh no, we got it. Yeah. No, yeah, when I lost all those tabs, I did go through my Chrome history and I tried to get as much of it back. But like I had these tabs that had been opened for months and months and months and months, and I couldn't go that far back in my Chrome history to find those older tabs. Cole Power says, probably best not to open browser history on live stream, just saying. Yeah, I don't do that. Although I've done it before and I don't do anything sketchy. Yeah, there's just I'm old, man. I'm old enough and I'm a pretty normal guy. I don't have any like weird foot fetishes, or not that foot fetishes are weird, I guess. They're kind of weird to me, but yeah, I don't really have any like weird shit that I have to hide. I don't have any skeletons in the closet. Grey Hat says, thanks for calling out the Hummingbird. RE Flow Motors. I got the Hummingbird V3 recently for free. Nice guy sent it with Goggle V2 purchase. That's a nice little thing to get for free. Very cool. Grey Hat also says, so those plugs won't fit a Happy Model AIO. Nope. Newbie Drone and Emax use JST 1.25 plugs. Everybody else uses JST 1.0 plugs. I might have those two numbers reversed. IGOW's in the house. What's up, homie? H. Rich says, just got in 40,000 kV. That's nuts. Enjoy hitting all the walls and ceilings. Yeah, pretty much. Have you thought of chasing any other RC racing, carpet or dirt? Much love to the Ganglies. I have. I'm pretty sure that I cannot keep up with any grip-based RC. In the same way that I have chased full scale, it's weird to have to say that, grip cars, and it's impossible. Like, the reason why FPV fits in so well with drifting is because drifting is way more figure skating than actual motorsport. They don't accelerate quickly and they don't slow down quickly. And so so for us, it's perfect because we're sliding around, right? Like, we don't have a physical medium to grip into. Well, I guess we do. I guess the air is, but the air is much more loose than tarmac, right? So yeah, trying to chase grip-based cars with FPV sucks. Every single braking zone, you just sail the fuck past them, and then every single acceleration zone, they're just gone. The acceleration zones we can keep up a lot better, but you have to really be set up properly because you've got to bury the nose to accelerate with them, and so you got to be like above them because you need to be looking. You're going to be looking down at them whether you like it or not. The braking zones are a complete nightmare because what are you going to look up at the sky, right? Like, you have to throw this like weird 180 and try to be up on top of them, and now you're it just looks terrible. And yeah, so for grip-based RC cars, the situation is probably going to be even worse because they don't the amount of G-force that RC cars pull is way more than real cars because RC cars don't have a big fat meat sack sitting in them, right? So yeah, I'm interested in it, and I would like to try it at some point. Actually, I have tried it before. I've chased like Traxxas rigs with my 5-inch before, and it was damn near impossible. I'm interested in chasing them with really powerful tiny whoops, but I can't imagine that there'll be any good footage from it. It'll be fun, but the footage will be worthless, I'll bet. Also, they changed directions incredibly hard, right? Like and same deal there. Although that's more realistic. We can bank really hard and we can generate quite a bit of G-force in the corners. So, but yeah, things happen so fast with grip-based things that have wheels. Getting a couple more batteries on the charger here. All right, good to go. JP Gaming says, best value analog goggle for tiny whoop indoor reception with good DVR. None of the goggles other than the HDZero, HDZeros have a proper DVR. So good DVR, you've got one option, which is the HDZero goggles, which are kind of expensive. I wouldn't necessarily call them a good value. That's not true. They are a good value because you get HDZero built in. The screens are brilliant. The DVR is brilliant. They're great goggles. Every single other set of goggles has just the regular DVR that we've all had forever. And the best value there is going to be a used set of Fat Sharks. You can buy a used set of Fat Sharks, and then when you go to sell them someday, you'll get pretty much exactly what you paid for them. So they're basically free. Hands down, Fat Sharks are the best value. I've been using this set of HD3s for like 4 or 5 years, and they have not skipped a beat. They're extremely durable, very well made. And yeah, you can probably pick a set of these up for like $200, maybe even less. So there's the HD3s. I love them. Newer than these, there's the HDOs. There's the HDO2's. There's like Attitudes that are like black and green. There's a ton of... Yeah, just start searching for used Fat Sharks. And then if down the road you want a better quality DVR for them, you can get the Immersion RC Power Play, but you're going to spend like $100 and something on that. So now the money that you saved on the goggles goes out the window. You might as well have gotten the HDZero goggles, sort of. So yeah, that's kind of tough. But I have a really hard time recommending that anybody buys brand new goggles for tiny whooping. Like, just because there are so many Fat Sharks out there that are totally reliable and super durable for not a lot of money. And then when you sell them, you'll get all your money back. It's just, yeah, buying a new set of goggles is like buying a new car. You drive it off the lot and it loses half of its value. Grey Hat says some people would rather win against the best than win because the best stopped. Yeah, that's true. That's true. JP Spin says winning is kind of rude when you're the host or promoter. That's what I mean, man. It feels weird. It feels weird. JP Gaming says, oh no, we got that. Look at you guys all talking. God, I love this community. What a awesomely weird group of people that hang out here. Grey Hat says TPW is also do it at your own pace, no penalties for inactivity. Oh, Tyrant's per Hooper. Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. AB says, hello, I burned out the all-in-one AIO board of my Mob 6. Which one do you recommend to replace it? The Mob 6 ELRS AIO is the only AIO that I have ever found in 8 years of doing this that is reliable at all. They're still made by Happy Model, so like there's still which is a company that makes like less expensive stuff. So there's always going to be the chance that they let go, but compared to every other AIO, they're like God. Unfortunately, you're going to have a really hard time finding them. So you're in a situation now where the Mob 6 2024 is currently coming out. So you're going to kind of have to wait for this AIO. I've abused this a bit over the past few days that I've had it, and it's holding up great so far. But before I really recommend this, which is fine because you can't even buy this yet, before I really recommend it, I want to put another like 2, 3, 4, 500 batteries through it to really be able to say that it's reliable. So subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, and soon enough I'll have some more feedback for you. Simon says the small, both of mine were poor and yeah, fragile. Yeah, man, the small antenna works until you crash it. And Jesse calls that out. Jesse says in the description, like, this is fragile. You cannot expect to crash this and have it hold up. So yeah. Cole Power says, I like sim racing because when I crash and the quad explodes into a bunch of parts, I don't have to spend a bunch of time fixing it. Yeah, for sure. Big plus of simming right there, for sure. How many times can I say for sure? For sure, 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 for Kilo Zebra says it basically applies to any antenna. The better tuned it is for the frequency, the more energy gets radiated out instead of reflecting back and turning into heat. Okay, very cool. But yes, you got the gist. Awesome. Thank you, dude. Grey Hat says, motor swap direction in software or physically swap? Technically speaking, physically swapping the motor direction by moving wires is better, because down the road, if you update your flight firmware or your ESC firmware and the motors are spinning the wrong direction, it can prevent you from getting hurt or driving all the way out to a really cool spot with your freshly upgraded rig and you forgot to change the motor direction and you got to drive all the way home. So technically speaking, yes, getting your motors spinning correctly with the wires, all you got to do is switch 2 of the wires, 2 of the 3 wires, just switch any 2 of them and the motor will spin the opposite direction. That is technically how you should be doing it. I have never done that. So take that for what it's worth. But it is a good idea to get into the habit of doing that, because then forever you don't have to worry about it. The default settings are going to spin the motors the right direction. You're good to go. Cowboy with the camera says, thank you. You're certainly welcome. I can't read that name. It's all characters. Says, actually, the length of the antenna feeder should be even with half, oh my God, with half lambda times the velocity factor of a cable used. I am not an engineer. I just play one on YouTube. So that sounds right to me. I don't know what to say. Sounds like you know what you're talking about, so there you go. that doesn't compute in my smooth brain, though, unfortunately. Grey Hat says, on February 25th, 2024, drifting is not actually motorsport, it's more like figure skating. Yeah, ask ask anybody, not anybody, but ask like people that are deep into motorsports. They'll kind of say the same thing. I mean, it is, right? It's fucking judged like figure skating. You're not on the clock. You're not. It's like, you know, style and performance based. That's figure skating, right? The entire rest of the motorsport world is time and position based, right? You cross the finish line first, you win. So like all of motorsport is one way, and then drifting is figure skating. Don't say that to anybody that's into drifting though. They get very upset. It's really funny. They're so fragile. H. Rich says some things on AIOs are fixable depending on your steady hands, eyesight, and SMD skills. Replace the resistor and an ELRS antenna. Hear you on the RC grip. I'm really impressed that you replaced the resistor. ELRS antennas, yeah, totally. You're dead on the money there. ELRS antennas are absolutely fixable. But yeah, anything other than that, boy oh boy, without a hot air station, that's really, really, really difficult. Simon says, by the way, none of us will forget how much we all learned during the Ultimate Tiny Whoop adventure. Mine are insanely fun and took away the previous frustrations with whoops. I'll be flying mine for as long as possible. Oh, I love that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoop formula. Nothing at all. But man, it hurts that you can buy. Soon you'll be able to buy a bind and fly for $115. That flies as good as this damn thing does. Everybody stop asking great questions. I need to do the thing that's in the stream title. Don't you guys want to see 40,000 kV motors? Stop asking good questions, damn you. H. Rich says, would love to see the dirt jumps on cup buggies through Whoop Vision. Speeds on all scaled stuff is crazy compared to full scale. Yeah, I would love that too, but I don't see it happening. I'm going to try though. You know what else I found? I found a velodrome. Velodrome is what you ever see the cyclists, the Power Ranger suit wearing cyclists on a big banked oval. That's called a velodrome. They also run RC cars on the velodromes, and there's one 45 minutes from here. So I'm gonna see if I can link up with them and chase some RC cars on the velodrome. What I'm hoping is that they carry a constant enough speed where I can actually get some proximity and chase them around. But I do also want to chase like ground-based cars that are speeding up and slowing down. Steve-O says, I love my Skyzone 04X. I've heard good things about those. It's just tough. I just have a really tough time recommending $400+ brand new analog goggles. It just seems crazy. BetFPV says, happen to know Mob6 2024 release date? I do not. Brad Minen says, I love this community. Also, I've had 85% of my first 5-inch completely donated to me. Wow, that's very cool. Very, very cool. IGOW says, do you like the new one? I'm assuming this is the new one. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Wednesday's live stream, you can get my first reactions, and it's just me basically freaking out, like, what the hell? How is this so good? And then Friday's live stream, I tore it all apart. We weighed everything. They did a great job. They learned from the previous Mob6 ELRS, and they improved almost everything. I think they might have missed the mark on the camera just because it's heavier. And I hate the G-string style canopy. That's kind of just me. Yeah. Other than the camera, and as long as it's durable, it's a massive win. Massive. I'm so impressed by it. H. Rich says, assume they're going to stop making the OG Mob6 AIO. I think they already have. It is very hard to find in stock. And yeah, I think they stopped making it a while ago, actually. Grey Hat says, considering putting Happy Model 1103 11,000s on a 1S, 2S, Fractal 75 cinematic practice swoop, am I insane? 11,000 kV on 1S probably won't even take off. So you'll have to run that on 2S. And then 1103s are needlessly heavy. You can go all the way down to a 1002. or even an 802, and you'll be fine. So those 1103s, it sounds like you've already got those motors. So yeah, give them a shot. But yeah, that is far too heavy of a motor for that rig. So on 2S, it'll take off. It'll just be fat and heavy. But yeah, if you already have the motors, go for it. Why not? Oh, I'm almost caught up. Kevin Sumner says, CiottiFPV says, stop asking good questions at exactly the time the stream is supposed to end. Guess we're going 3 hours today. Shit. Shit. I'm going to have to end this at some point because I'm going dancing with Maggie. All right. Daniel 1964 says 40K fly him now. Good. Terry Burnett with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. He says, what firmware do you Q7? Thanks for the throttle set. It works. I don't know. I haven't updated the firmware on my QX. I'm assuming that you're talking about the QX7. I haven't updated my firmware in forever. So I actually have no idea what firmware it's on. All that being said, Edge TX is the way that you want to go. So yeah, switch over to Edge TX. It's better in every way. I'm just super lazy, and OpenTX works absolutely fine. But yeah, go to Edge TX for sure. If nothing else, Edge TX works in the simulator with less latency. I have another transmitter that I use for the simulator over here that has Edge TX on it. When Mike from GemFan was actually crashing with me for a week last year, I forget what the situation was, but I talked him into putting Edge TX on that. And ever since, I've been using it for the sim. So yeah, I find OpenTX to be a pain in the ass, and I avoid things that are a pain in the ass. JP Gaming says, what's the downside of the new Mob 6 canopy? Can you notice camera quality differences? The new camera is probably better quality because it has a bigger lens, but it's heavier, which is what I don't like about it. The new canopy, the G-string style canopy, the thing that I don't like about it is that when you crash inverted, it pushes on the rear post. Watch this screw move. Well, I've put a really nice bend here in it, which has made it a lot better. I bet you can see it in the front though. Just the way that this style camera mount works, it pushes forward on the front post and it pushes rearwards on the rear post, and that just makes the posts in the frame break a little bit earlier. Whereas the previous Mob 6 canopy, it's set up in a way that when you hit it vertically, it just pushes down. It doesn't push out on these. And so from a durability standpoint, I just find the old canopy to be better. And the old canopy is really lightweight. The old canopy and camera are lighter weight than the new canopy and camera. And I actually really like the old Runcam Nano 3. So, and I'm used to it. So yeah, the new camera might be better, but analog kind of looks like ass anyway. So what does it matter? Gray Hat says, tie down the bend with some dental floss strain relief. That's a good idea. Instead, I'm going to plug this rig in and try to get it set up as quickly as possible so that we can fly 40,000 kV motors. Kevin the Alien says, put a small piece of foam between the camera and the AIO and the new Mob 6. So you actually don't need to do that anymore. They have put the UFL port perfectly so that and they've also used a material that's molded, and it's really not, I cannot push hard enough on this to get it to hit the AIO, but even if it does hit the AIO, it's going to hit the UFL, and that's not something that's really going to break because that's a nice big solder joint. IGOW says 100% take some motorbox foam, put it under the cam. Yeah, if I was using one of those canopies that I was worried about it hitting one of the chips on the board, I would do that. But yeah, this new canopy, I'm really impressed by it, even though I'm probably going to take it off because I don't want the extra weight. Plugging in an old rig, and I'm going to try to grab a diff from it real quick to make this process simpler and quicker. I do not recommend that you ever do this, but if you build two completely identical rigs, you can come into the CLI and type DIFF. That stands for difference. You're going to then hit enter, and it's going to give you every single thing that is different than stock. So now I can take all this shit, highlight it all up to here, copy it into the clipboard. I'm going to take a quick look. This is on Betaflight 4.3.1. You want to try to stay within the same version of Betaflight. So this is 431. Let's see what this fresh build is. Hopefully it's 4.3 something. Hopefully it's not 4.4. It's probably going to be 4.4. Ooh, it's 4.3.1. Extra super bonus. So now I've still got all those things that are different on this existing identical rig in the clipboard. Click down here, Command V, hit enter, and now you're going to look for red text. If the versions of the software are different, you're going to get some red text. Red text means what it says. Unknown command, error in input. So this is referring to this right here. So sometimes it's a little cryptic. Oh, so it lost the SE. See how this is set pitch S rate equals 70? This just has T. So I can actually fix this by just grabbing this, copy it to the clipboard, and just type SE because it's missing the SE. And then I can paste it, set yaw rate equals 70, and now I probably won't get, yep, no red text this time. So yeah, that's what's going in there. That's not going to make sense to most of you. Ask me questions next live stream, and we'll dive in deeper if you want. And now I'm going to type save to save all that stuff in the CLI. That's something that people commonly forget. And now all of the setup on this other board has transferred over. I'll probably still need to bind this, but that's going to bring an awful lot of stuff over. I am going to recalibrate the accelerometer here real quick. All right, that's good. And now, since it is a fresh build, I'm just going to really quickly flick through the... All right, so this is a perfect example. I don't know why this is set to 0.8 kilohertz, but this will not fly right like this. This is why you want to spot check this stuff. Even though you do a diff, you still need to spot check these things when you're setting up a new build. This all looks okay. Air mode permanent, OSD on, soft serial is on. I don't know why, but whatever. Save and reboot. And reconnect. Fail safe. Don't do what I just did. It's just something that I do. I don't recommend it. Power and battery, 2.9, 3.2. Great. Scale is set to 11 billion. Looks about right. PID tuning. This might be a little too aggressive. Maybe not. This isn't a very aggressive PID tune that I have on this other rig. Oh, it's because it's the 36,000 kV rig. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, this is probably going to be okay. Again, just kind of spot checking some stuff here. A little bit of thrust linear. Dynamic idle. That all looks fine. Check my rates. Why the hell is that 30 and not 40? That's super weird. Throttle midpoint is probably going to be wrong, but we're going to have to dial that in when we're actually flying. This all looks fine. This might not fly with the BMI 270 with the gyro. Well, let's see. I assume this is a BMI 270, but let's look. Into the CLI, you type status, and then it'll tell you what the gyro is. And yeah, it's a BMI 270. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to leave it alone. And we'll see if I might need to add a little bit of extra filtering, but we're just going to leave it for now. Receiver tab, TAER, SPI, Express LRS, RC smoothing of 100 for some extra stick smoothing. Modes looks good. Adjustments, I probably have my custom OSD thing set up in here. I do indeed. Servos we don't use. Motors, props out. We do have to adjust motor rotation. So let's do that right now. Hopefully it doesn't blow up when I plug it in. It did not blow up when I plugged it in. Bonus. Motor direction. I understand the risks. Wizard, start and spin. Motor 1 is correct. Motor 2 is correct. Motor 3 is correct. Motor 4 is correct. Look at me go. I put the red dots in the right position this time. Anybody that knows what that means, I salute you. OSD is probably going to be a hot mess because your diff does not turn stuff off. Yeah, so core temperature is on. I don't want that on. Disarmed is on. I don't want that arm. Fly mode I can turn off. These are stock OSD values that I just don't like or use. VTX channel. All right, great. So now we're good. OSD is set. Close enough. Video transmitter on until first arm. Great. Why is it on race band 6? That's super weird. Change that to race band 8. 25 million watts. That's not what it actually stands for, but I find it funny. And we should be good to go. Just got to get it bound. So I'm going to bind it off of the USB. We're going to plug it in once, twice, and 3 times. I'm going to assume that it's on ELRS 3 point something. This is my module with ELRS 3 point whatever. Come in here and come on, buddy. There we go. Bind mode, press to send binding request. Binding, it went away nice and quick. Usually that means that it did bind. And let's put a battery on it and see if it spins them motors up. Come on, little buddy. Come on. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No. Please don't not bind. ELRS has been so good to me lately. I guess maybe it's on 2.5. Let me try plugging it in 3 times. One more time. Once, twice, 3 times. Maybe I did it too slow. Come on, come on, come on. Bind mode, press to send bind request. Binding. Try it again. Press to send bind request. Binding. Okay. And unplug. Replug. Come on. Come on. Be cool. Be nice to me. Be nice to me, please. Let's try ELRS 2.5 something. You bastard, you. 1, 2, 3. Bind mode. Come on. Bind mode. Press to send bind request. Binding. Press to send bind request. Binding. I like that this thing vibrated. That's good news. It's on ELRS 2.5. Interesting. This is a fairly new... that's like 5 ELRS rigs in a row that have bound without a half an hour of bashing my head into the wall. 40,000 kV. My friends. Are you ready? I'm not. Oh, I gotta unplug and plug this damn thing again. Wait, no. I think I can do it under the desk. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Where is it? Where's that plug at? No. Where is it? Oh, God. Screw it. We'll just unplug it at the VRX. Oh, God. Unplug. Plug. There we go. All right. Oh, God. Why me? Okay. Uh-oh. Why we got no video? Did I not... is it still on race 6, maybe? Did I not save it? Oh, no, it's in pit mode. Wow, what are you in pit mode for, you little bastard? Hold on. I bet you it's that weird. You guys aren't going to be able to see this, but I'm going to go into features, VTX, and then I'm going to go down to config, and the OP model is on free. I'm going to change it to race. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to save, confirm, save and exit. Sometimes that fixes it. It did not fix it this time, though. Features, VTX, config, change it back to free. Sometimes you just have to do it like twice. Oh no, it says pit mode is on. Turn off, you bastard. Why won't pit mode turn off? I armed it once. What? Hold on. Let me plug it into Betaflight. It's acting very weird. Really? Of all the things to cause me an issue right now. Connect. Video transmitter. Oh, the switch was just turned on. What the hell? Oh, power is set to none as well. That ain't gonna work. Wait, what the fuck? 25. Pit mode off. What is it? What? There we go. Wow, that was acting really weird. Okay, pit mode is now off and the power is set to 25. That was strange. That was very strange just now. Okay. All right, we're good though. We're good. Here we go. And all right, you guys can type in the chat again. You don't. What is hanging? Oh, it's the sticker on this. Man, I'm so used to the WeBleed batteries where the stickers are not a pain in the ass. Hold on. We'll weigh this rig in a minute. What the hell, dude? Why is it doing this? It's in this weird pit mode loop. VTX, right? Yeah, pit mode is on. Turn off, yo. Why? What? And when I turn pit mode off in the OSD, it just goes right back to on. And normally, what the fuck? What the hell, dude? What is happening? Why is it doing? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, this is not great. What the fuck? Ah, come on. Go. Plug in again. Oh, well, that's funny. Wait a second. What? Oh, it gave you video for like 1 second, and then pit mode came on. What the hell, bro? Maybe the VTX table is broken, but I mean, it's a brand new board. And I didn't reflash it. Okay, smart audio undefined. VTX type smart audio undefined. What the hell is that about? Device ready, yes. Okay. Pit mode, no. Stay off. Yeah, it's not. Stay off, you asshole. What the hell? Why would it have the wrong VTX table on it out of the box? What if I turn low power disarm off? Oh, now that's weird. Oh, nope. There it goes. It turns right. What the fuck? ELRS backpack? I've never used that. I don't even know how to. I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about ELRS backpack. What the fuck is going on here? All right, let me see if I can get into the Express LRS Lua script. Hold on. I'm just trying the enter frequency directly thing now. It doesn't. That's not it. Why does shit have to do this? Like, this has never been a problem before. I've never. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5917. That looks right. So 16-bit says, what is ELRS backpack? Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't even know. I don't know, man.
Welcome to OpenTX.
I don't know. All right, so let me come in here, and we've got, there's the Express LRS. Packet rate, switch mode, hybrid, model match off. TX power, VTX administrator, pit mode off, band off, channel 1. But I guess I can try to use this, so I'll go to R for race band, channel 8, power level 1, pit mode off, send VTX, sending, nothing. Oh, whoa, what? Nothing. It went right back into pit mode. The VTX table was wrong, I think. What the hell, yo? How's it gonna have a wrong VTX table right out of the box? What kind of shit is this? Come on, man. Config. I hate FPV so much sometimes. Nope. Yeah, it keeps... VTX table's wrong, I think. Fuck you! Happy model, Mobula 6 VTX table. Betaflight table. Come on. It's a zip file. No, don't give me the zip file. Oh, come on. Where is it? Where are you at, VTX table? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, let's try it. 400. Well, whatever. I'll just try it. If it's the wrong one, we'll put it back the other way. Oh, God. Why? Yo, that's nasty. Imagine somebody new getting a hold of this. That is an instant return to shop. All right, here we go. Video transmitter, race band 8, power 25. Pit mode is now off. On until first arm. Yep, it had the wrong VTX table. Wow, happy model. Ooh, boy. That's not cool. Wait, the power went back to 0. What the fuck? Video transmitter. Why'd the power go back to 0? How dare you? Did I just not hit save? No. What the fuck? What is this pit mode frequency? What the hell is that? Oh my god, dude. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's fine. Maybe that power being on 0 is fine. I'm sure it's not. Yeah, I could have screwed it up when I copied the diff over. That's true. That is true. I forgot about that. All right, I'm trying to save the power setting in the menu. It's not working. God damn it. Oh, man. Come on now. Wow, it's acting funny. It's acting very weird. Alright, hold on. Try this one more time with the transmitter off. Okay, let's see. Power 25, save. No, now the pit mode switches back on. Stop it! Come on, man. Why? All right, looks like it might be good. Okay. Everything looks right. Seems to have saved this time. But I'm sure that it will just go right back. You son of a bitch, you. If it was ELRS related, it would be correct. I have the. Oh wait, no. I have power setting 1. Hold on. Wait, no, it's this button. Express LRS. I need to go up to, now that I have the different table in there, I've got to go up to power level, I think it's 3. Fuck it. If anything, 3 is going to have too much power, and I'm fine with that. We'll deal with that later. All right, powering the rig up. Waiting for ELRS to connect. What is this backpack bullshit? I don't want this. Get this shit out of here. Nope. That ain't it. Dude, what the fuck? All right, well, now it's doing the weird thing where the OP model won't stay on free. Hold on. Nope, yeah, no, now it's fine. Wow, man, I haven't had problems with the VTX table in forever. Nah, man, what the fuck? Yeah, no. This is so the VTX settings in ELRS, they're not doing anything. Model match is off. I mean that's not the problem, but what the hell, man? What? Hold on. I have the Mob6 VTX table somewhere. It is in a text app note. Oh no, where did all my text app notes go? Fuck you. Oh no, I lost all those notes. No, 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 no. When I updated the system software, I lost all those notes. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god. Damn you, son of a bitch. This feels like the wrong VTX table. And I think I've maybe run into this before. Yeah, right. Nine says, thanks for showing the authentic FPV experience. 100%. Fuck. Oh, IGOW, good call. The fucking VTX tables are in the presets. I forget about the presets because I don't like them. Good call, dude. Good call. Mob6. Fuck. Alright, let's take that out of there. Categories, VTX. Okay. Ishi Nano, Foxy Reaper. Let's try the default. It's not going to work. But let's try it anyway. God damn it. I know. Yeah, that just completely wiped it out. That's a great preset. There's just nothing in there. That's awesome. The fuck? Oh, man. Let's try this other default one. Use OpenVTX. What the hell is OpenVTX? I've never heard of that. Whoa. I just made it way worse. Wow, that's a... Oh, geez, and it's all fucking jammed up now. Actually, it might be overheating. OpenVTX is apparently in the presets, eh? Never heard of that before. OpenVTX. 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 What? HDZero, JHD. There it is. Okay. Oh God, what? Hopefully I don't need to use that. Let's just try it. Okay, sure. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Wow. Happy model, Mob6 ELRS VTX table. It's gonna be the same place. Let's try a couple of these. Nah, that's from 2020. That's not. So we already tried this one. God damn it, dude. Are you fucking kidding me right now? What are the VTX tables? Are they dot hexes? Or they're dot JSONs? Oh, is this the one? This might be the... Well, let me just search for .json. .json. There's a chance I can find it somewhere. Need to tell the UART what smart audio is on. God damn it. God damn it. Well, let's try that open VTX nonsense real quick. Ports. It's on UART2. Wait, no, here. Still got it. UART2. Tramp, no. Smart Audio 2.1, no. Although maybe, I don't know. Save and reboot. Oh. Save anyway? Sure. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Oh my god. Is this real life? Well, that made it worse. Probably because of that error message. Yeah, no, that's way worse. Here's a shitload of JSONs. Oh god, there's too many of them. Yeah, nope. That ain't gonna work. Let's try this. And what the fuck? Why is this in... Okay, and then here, and then I have a folder of VTX table. These are just... Nah, these aren't the ones. These are not the ones. Damn it. Let me try this JSON VTX table file that's in my downloads folder. Oh, I can't. Now this is all fucked up. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hold on. I should be able to come into here. Open, shitter. What? Oh, what? Come on. What? Oh, wait, no. If I option click it, I bet you it'll download. Or their website's just broken. Cool. This is great. This is a real crackerjack situation we got going on here. Fuck you. Fuck you so much. Well, now the internet has shit the bed. Can't post a link here, but you can tell me how you got to it. Yeah, no, I just did that, Simon, and now it's worse than it was. What the hell? What? Yo, Happy Model's website is just useless sometimes. There it goes. Okay. Come on, where's the VTX table at? Usually there'll be like a little link to it. No, there's no link to it. Great. What about here? Nope, same link. Pre-install firmware. These are not clickable links. Okay, great. Strike two. Yeah, no. Wow. Okay. ELRS 2.4. Sometimes in the product pages there will be a link to the VTX table, but there is not in this case. Do both smart audio and UART too. Okay. Smart audio 2.1 and UART 2, eh? The transmitter's gone completely fucking crazy. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. Presets. Open. Smart audio. UART 2. Pick. Agree. Save and reboot. Set serial MSP half duplex equals on. Error in name. I wonder if that's the problem. I wonder if it's a half duplex problem. Save anyway. Let's see here. This and this. Yeah, see, no, that's not it. Open VTX thing is not it. Let me try this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try to do get serial MSP to try to find that half. Oh, they changed the name. What about just get serial? Serial RX provider, RX, update rate hertz, soft serial. This is why you don't do diffs, friends. This is why diffs are potentially a mess. Zero Taste FPV just sent the VTX table in Discord. Thank you, dude. Where at? Where in Discord? Toothpick and Whoop? Nope. General? That... 20... Just download it. Come on. All right. All right. Let's try this. We're going to come in here. It's going to disconnect, reconnect. Come on. Welcome to the true FPV experience, my friends. Load from file. And we're going to go downloads. And I need you to sort by date added. There we go. Okay, let's see. This thing is acting funny. Yeah, no, it's fucked. All right, we got to start from scratch. Auto detect, crazy B, 1280, 4.4.3, no. I'm going to do 4.3.1 just because I'm going to grab the diff from the other one, but I'm going to not pull the... It was on 4.3.1 though. So it'll be fine on 4.3.1. And then I can pull the diff from the other board, but I can just omit all of the VTX stuff. God damn it. That doesn't work, Morton. Tried it. Mo FPV sent the entire dump. Thank you, dude. Hopefully I don't need it. I mean, this is basically doing the same thing. H. Rich said, no, you didn't. Check both boxes. Smart Audio and UART2 on the OpenTX preset. I did. Well, the second time I did it. The first time I didn't. Verifying program successful. Okay, great. Here we go. Connect. And... all right. Let's try this again. Calibrate. Okay, cool. And... all right, let me not pull the diff off of this exact rig. Let me try one of the other ones that works completely fine. Let's see. God, I'm really tempted to just go through. Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go through Betaflight. I'm just gonna go through it. It'll. I've done it so many times I can do it quick. Okay. Here we go. No motor protocol selected. That's fine. This. Why is this not set? Oh my god, dude. What the hell? What that ports tab should be set properly from this. From this sucks, dude. 180 air mode OSD. Okay, fine. Turn on the beeper. Great. Good there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go. Yeah, I know. Oh, God, that error is going to drive me fucking crazy. D-shot, 300. There, you happy now? Bidirectional D-shot. Turn that shit on. Great. All right, save and reboot. Yes. Fuck, motor poles are wrong. Damn it. Although I've had the motor poles wrong before and it hasn't done anything. Bring that down to 12. Okay, there we go. Power and battery. Oh yeah, this is not Crazy Bee F4. Crazy Bee F4 SX 1280. F4 SX 1280. F4 SX 1280. Is that the right one? Crazy Bee F4 SX 1280. Okay, I mean that's a slightly different target, but it's very close to being the same. It doesn't have the hammo at the beginning of it. Hold on. Crazy Bee F4 SX 1280. I think it's the right one. Yeah, okay, no, I think it's the right one. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Failsafe 3. Okay, save and reboot. I really don't need to do that on Tiny Whoops. That's kind of silly. Power and battery. Shit, I forget what these normally are. Is it 3.1? No. It's 2.9 and then 3.1, I think. Hopefully the scale is not totally jacked up. Presets we're gonna ignore. Oh man, now we got fucking stock PIDs. What a bunch of bullshit. Super quick. Got these where I usually like them. At least somewhere close. Okay. High term relax, cutoff of 10, jitter reduction of 10, throttle boost, dynamic idle of 30, thrust linear, turn that on, down at 10, save that, rate, actual, 40, 700, expo 0.7, okay, throttle mid 0.38, throttle mid amount 0.4, save, filter all the way up 1.2. See if it'll fly like this. Turn this up to 1,000. Okay, good. Receiver, come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Power cycle it. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. Monkey says you need a factory CLI dump. I think you're right, unfortunately. Prop Junkie says I wonder if you've done this before. Yeah, a couple times. Where the hell was I? Receiver. There it is. Express LRS. Okay. I need to go to TAER. Stick low 1,000. Stick high 2,000. Deadband 4. Deadband 4. Auto factor of 100. Save modes. God damn it. Come on. Horizon. aux2. All the way up. And then we've got beeper, aux3 all the way down. Flip over after crash, aux3 in the middle. And launch control for funsies, aux2 in the middle. Save it, adjustments. Oh, it's not going to have my OSD. God damn you. aux2, open it up, OSD profile selection, aux2, great. I am going to have to pull my OSD off of another rig, but that's okay. D-shot 300, 12 poles, 5.5, dynamic idle, okay, great. Motor should be spinning the right direction. OSD, I'm going to have to grab. Video transmitter. What the fuck? Why is there no... Hold on. Load from file. Here we go. No, we should be okay. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Save it. What is this? This is L band in here? What the shit? Band, race band. I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So first arm, save it. Tethered login, black CLI. Okay, no, oh shit, this stupid CLI stuff that's buried. Get PID some. Okay. Anybody that's ever asked for a dump, here you go, friends. Set PID sum limit equals 1,000. I have no idea why my transmitter keeps vibrating. I apologize. I just want to get this done as quick as I can. Set 1,000, and then we're just gonna not run crash recovery for a minute here. Okay, and now I need to grab OSD off one of these other rigs, and then it won't work, and I'll get really pissed. Okay, CLI, come on. Diff. I've done diffs between these happy model boards before, and it's been totally fine. I don't understand why this is being such a dick. OSD profile, there we go. And then OSD units. All right, cool. So there is my OSD. Okay. There we go. And come on. Get in there. There we go. There it is, CLI, paste it, save it, back in, come on, connect, you bastard, connect, there it goes, OSD, and now I have to turn a couple things off, and then it'll not work, and we'll be fine. Look at that, it turns stuff off. Oh, why is it set to NTSC, or it's set to PAL rather, there we go, save that. Ah, it's because it's set to auto. All right, we might be okay. Let's see. Oh my God. It twerked. It twerked. Oh yeah, it is the inactivity alarm. Good call. But it's not bound. I didn't think it lost the bound. I didn't think that it lost the bind. Apparently I was wrong. 1, 2, 3. And come on, baby, bind up. I think we're good. Oh my God! Hold on, let's see if it... Whoa! Okay, the motors are not spinning in the right direction. Alright, let's get these motors spinning in the right direction, and then we'll be good. Wow, what a pain in the ass. What the hell was going on with the firmware that was on the damn thing? What is that about? Jeez. Motors... Motor direction... Understand the risks. Please don't go full throttle. Thank you. Motor 1. Oh, shit. Hold on. There we go. Motor 1 is correct. Motor 2 is correct. Motor 3 is correct. Motor 4 is correct. Oh, it's set up for props in. Dumbass. Motor direction is reversed. That'll work a lot better. Cool. Should be good. This battery is now damn near dead, but we'll run it down the rest of the way. No. We're going to go to a fresh battery. Put that one aside because I want the full fresh battery with 40,000 kV motors experience all at once. I want to be completely blown away by this. See if it flies. Okay, that's not good. Why? Props on right? Props are on right. Who's spinning the wrong direction? What the fuck? The motors won't spin. What is happening? Okay, motor 1 is... What? What the hell is happening? God damn you. This sucks. God damn it. Hold on. Let's check the board orient. The board. What the hell? Why? How? What? Why is the board? What? Why would the board orient? Oh my god. Why? Why would it be that? Why would you have it rotated 90? Oh. There's like one bind and fly where they put the fucking board in there sideways. Wow. God damn it. The true FPV experience right here. Like, imagine being new. Imagine being new into this hobby and dealing with all of these things. Like, what the hell? Oh, great. And now it's just oscillating to the moon. Oh! God damn it, Larry. Hold on. I mean, these are infinitely powerful motors, so let's let's bring the PID tune back into the middle here. I'm even going to pull the D-Max down. I probably don't need the extra PID gains because these motors are so... What the hell happened to the changes that I made to the filtering? Okay, so it might be a situation where it's over-filtered, actually. So let me put the filter settings back. Oh, and the max frequency reset. That's weird. What the hell? Why did that not save? Did I not go back in here and do it, maybe? Maybe I didn't go back in here. Okay. Did it save my rates? It did save my rates. Okay, so we backed the PIDs off a little bit. Is there anything weird in here? Thrust linear. All right, now let's just try that. All right, come on. Come on, little buddy. All's right with the world. Woo! God damn, yo! What the fuck? Jeez. What a goddamn nightmare. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Well then. Yeah, okay, they make more power. Okay, hold up. Oh my god! Are you shitting me? Hold on. Okay, hold on, let's go upstairs. Wow, okay. Wait. Look at the hover throttle. Holy shit, it's hovering down it. Okay, that's... Yeah, alright, hold on. Yeah. Well then. That's a thing. Alright, so we gotta get this this midpoint way down. I'm gonna bring it down to 28, and I'm also gonna take out some throttle expo. I'm gonna need to add a lot of throttle expo back in, though, because this is absurd. Good lord, what was that about? Look how low it's hovering. 20. Alright, so... Alright, hold up. Wow. Okay, here we go. Oh my god! Yeah, okay. Oh my god! No! Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure they make more power. I don't think I want the extra power that they make or need it, but if you do, more power to you. Holy shit! Is this Azalea or is this Maggie? It's Maggie! Yee! Wow. I am pretty certain that these make more power. Oh my god! We're going to fly the 36,000 kV rig after this. Wow. Oh my God. It makes this, so this room feels very small now. Which it usually doesn't, because it's a big room. These ceilings are like 1,000,000 feet tall. Look at this. Like, look how high these ceilings are. The tune ain't great. Wow. Oh my God. Let's take a look at the post-flight stats for RPM. Hold on, ready? Max ESC RPM 57,566. Somebody remember that. Somebody type that in chat. We'll take a look at the oh, this is hard to fly, yo. Oh my God, it's just that was like the smallest little blip of the throttle. Wowee. All right, well, maybe we haven't found the limit. I was kind of hoping that these wouldn't make more power than the 36,000s. Just selfishly so that we knew where the limit was. But yeah. Hold on. This is a light rig. Wait. This might be a power to weight ratio thing going on here. Hold on. This rig nope. It weighs 18.15, which is a little bit lighter than I'm used to, but it's like I've had Ultimate Freestyle Tiny Whoops at like 18.2 grams, so it's not a power to weight thing. 36,000 kV rig. We're gonna put this up in the air, and then we're gonna see the ESC RPM, the max ESC RPM. I'm gonna go back upstairs and hammer it a bunch. What the hell? The that lower hovering throttle percentage though is a sign. So this battery has bounced back to 3.55. Not too bad. I didn't over discharge it that bad. Okay. Here we go. So. Okay. What? This was a flying rig. What? What the fuck is happening right now? What? Oh, it wasn't. No. I changed the, that's right. I changed the motors on this. I'm wrong. Wow, funny timing. Yeah, no. This has the same motors on it, but I put these motors on from a different frame, and the plugs must be different. Thank God. I was about to absolutely have a complete meltdown. I'm like, yo, I've flown 100 batteries in a row on this rig. Yeah, same motors, but in a different frame. Motor 1 is correct. Motor 2 is correct. Motor 3 is incorrect, and that means motor 4 is going to be incorrect as well. Yep. Okay. There we go. Oh, man, you were about to see a full-blown Ciotti meltdown. Okay, I did not... I can't even imagine, Zotek. Jesus. What a thing. This could be an ultimate jungle gym basher, with although it would still get the shit beat out of it by the wind. All right, let's take a look at what the 702 36,000s feel like. Yeah, this is way more flyable. All right, hold on. Oh, God. He says as he can't even get through the goddamn doorway. All right, so I just need to sit it at full throttle a bunch. There we go. So that should have done it. That right there, that was at full throttle for like a full second. But we'll do it a couple more times. Ah, that's exactly what I was trying to not have happen. Ah, it's pretty close. 57,183. This battery is a little bit more fresh, though. Oh, Teddy Spaghetti's there. I didn't even see him before. There he is. Hello, buddy. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Hello, Teddy. Hello, best schnauzer ever. He's not, like, he was all about coming down here and running around and chasing the tiny whoops for the past couple of weeks. The last 2 live streams, he just doesn't care. Yeah, this feels, I don't want to say normal because it's 36,000 kV, but this feels somewhat sane. On the 40s, it ain't sane at all. There's nothing sane about it. Good God. Oh, boy. Oh, stop it. All right, so... Okay. Take it easy, little buddy. Ooh. 40,000. That's not what these are. These are 36,000. There's crash recovery saving my ass. Oh, farts. Wow, I never would I ever think I would see the day where 30,000 kV, 36,000 kV motors would seem normal. Like, Zotek, you have to make these 40,000s. You know that, right? Like, you have to do a full run of them. Like, nobody should buy them. That's not true. People that fly outside should buy them. Nobody that flies in... Actually, everybody should buy them because they're hysterical. But nobody should think that they're going to be able to not crash every 14 seconds with them. But I think everybody should buy them because why would you not want a set of 40,000 kV motors for like $40 or whatever these motors sell for? Oh boy, I over-discharged this battery. Ooh, I smashed it right into the chair. Okay. Hey, that was one of the super light antennas. Wait, both of these have super light antennas. Come to think of it. I think I might have over-discharged that one just a little bit. Let's put it on the charger. Nah, it bounced back to 365. That's fine. I can leave that one off. Okay, back to... Wait. Wait, we got to get the weight. See what I did there? Okay. The rig I was just flying is 18.29 grams. The 40,000 kV rig is 18.14. And we're going to go back to that one. And we're just going to fly that one for the rest of the stream. Wow! WeBleed says they are. They are what? I forget what we were talking about. Are you making a run? Is that as in like Happy Model is? Happy Model's making a... Are they? Is Happy Model they? Wow. What a explosion of power. Jesus hell. All right, back to the 40,000s. Let me just take some deep breaths for this. Fucking hell. All right, fresh battery. We're gonna go right upstairs, and what the hell? Oh, it thinks the battery is 2S. Hold on. Just by taking it off, I've now brought it down a little bit. All right. I think the difference in amps was because the battery was more dead. Here we go. This is a fresh battery. Now we're going to get the full... Jesus, it hovers so much lower. Wow. Okay, here we go. So, all right, I'm going to climb up there. Oh my God! What the fuck? Okay, that will definitely have a bigger number than 57,000. Here, let's see. 59,000! Holy shit! Oh my god, man. What have you done, Zotek? How the hell is 36,000 kV not the limit? What the fuck is this? Oh god. This is hard to fly, yo. This is really hard to fly. Jesus. Alright, hold on. Let's try to do anything inside with it. Oh god. Okay, easy. Easy. Oh god, no. Oh boy. I do not recommend these for indoor flying. Unless you're really good. Although, I mean, you could just motor limit them down. But, oh god, come on now. Don't break things on the bar cart. Oh, no. Oh boy. I mean, I crash a lot. But. Oh, I should have let it fall in there. I didn't think it was going to make it. Woo, God! At the bottoms of dives, when you stab the throttle, you just go like 0 to actually 60 miles an hour and like nothing. Alright, so here's where you'll be able to see how hard it is to fly. Ready? Hold on. Oh, yeah, look at the elevation bouncing I'm doing. Oh, shit. I mean, okay. I could still get in there. Oh boy. I could still get in here, but oh my god. Oh, Jesus, hell. Hold on, let me get the throttle expo set right. This needs all the throttle expo in the world. So 27, 28. Nah, I guess it's set about right. I think the expo amount is just set too low. Oh, fuck you. No. Come on. Don't do me like this. Oh, you scumbag. Okay. In fairness, this is a McStinky mount with a camera that has a different field of view than I'm used to. So that's not making it any easier, but trying to look at what my throttle values are when I'm cruising. 28, 29, 30. No, I got the throttle midpoint set properly. I just need to get the amount cranked up. It needs all the throttle expo in the world. I'm gonna move the midpoint up just a little bit to 30, and I'm gonna move the amount of expo all the way up to 50. Okay. Ooh, that's better. Way better. Way better. Still a lot of power though on a little short throttle stick throw. Oh my god, get out of there. No. Oh. How many times am I going to crash this thing unrecoverable? Jesus. In a row. Yeah, this is silly. This is silly and I love it. Zotek, do you think you're going to have a run of these made? Yes, he says, I think. Wow. What a thing. Oh boy, this battery's dead for life. 3 minutes and 12 seconds, though. Where did it go? Where are you, Quad? What's happening? I can see myself. Oh, it's over here. Yeah. Okay. I fear for my life. Oh, that battery was real low. Oh, that battery's done. If you want to refresh your batteries, this is a great set of motors to do it with. You'll just light all your batteries on fire and then you can replace them all. Holy cow, man. Oh my god. Like, what is happening? This is the battery that I had plugged in. No, hold on. Let's do this. I never do this, but... Oh, tell me I don't have another fresh, good, current Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, wait, no, that's the one that I just ran. No! Do I really not have another fully charged, like, fresh battery? Oh! all these batteries that I have that are still this is the freshest battery that I've got. It's not fully charged, so ignore the runtime, but this is a battery that hasn't been cycled. All the other batteries that I have charged right now have been cycled a lot. This one hasn't. I cannot crash though. I cannot crash this. This is a worthless test because I never fly these outside, but yeah. This is the exception, not the rule. Oh God, don't crash, you idiot. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Don't crash. Where's the Scraggle? I don't even know. Oh man, I'm not getting good video, which means that you guys are probably getting terrible video. Yeah, see, like flying outside, it doesn't do it justice at all because like this just looks like I'm flying a quad outside. But it's a fucking 65mm tiny whoop, right? Like you just have to understand that. Wow. Ready? It sounds ridiculous. You can actually hear the battery sag. Wow. Oh God, there's Scraggle. This is the downspout here that's not bringing any water down. This gutter up here is the reason that the basement flooded. I think this gutter is clogged. And so all the water was just dumping down. And then I'm right on the other side of this wall. This is the corner of the room here. Through this wall I am. God damn. Poor little batteries. Let's see what the RPM was on this one because we really let it sit. The battery wasn't fully charged though. Yeah, see 56,000. Yeah, man, these motors really sag the shit out of these batteries. Holy crap. All right, I should have to focus there for a second. Jesus, man. How the hell is 40? I mean, maybe. Oh God, maybe 40,000 is too much. Maybe like this is like maybe like 38,000 kV would be the limit. But like these feel like they have way more power than the 36,000s, which leads me to believe that like we could maybe go even farther. But there really is no. I can confidently say that there is no reason to go any farther than this. Mainly because these are now at the limit of these batteries. Like, this much power is gonna just annihilate your batteries. And like it's gonna hurt the batteries. Like you're gonna have your batteries are gonna not last many cycles being hit this hard from these motors. So yeah, I think even though like oh boy, oh man, they are hard on the battery. That is wild. Realistically, this is the limit. Like maybe a 42,000 kV motor or even a 44,000 kV motor would make more power, but you would get that extra power for the first like 10 seconds, and then it would just light your battery on fire, and you would just have, yeah, you would just have the batteries be the weak point. Although, I mean, I guess you could argue that like the Tiny Whoop batteries are fairly cheap. Let's run them on a battery that's been cycled a bunch. This ought to be interesting. I think this is gonna be the last battery too, because I'm hungry and Maggie and I are going dancing at 7:30. So I gotta shut this down. Good God, though. No. Does it think it's a 2S? I think it thinks it's a 2S. Yeah. Right. So if that ever happens, just take it off. unplug it, plug it back in. This is nutty. This is absolutely clown shoes. All right, so this is a battery that's been cycled maybe 40, 50 times would be my guess. Wow, still feels really good. Woo! Boy, oh boy. Oh, hey, also, let me really quick see if I can just bring these sliders up just a touch. It is a little prop washy. Just a little bit. Not bad. All right, we're good. Yeah, it's still got that little judder. Hold on. Ah, crashed anyway. See if I can get that little judder out. This is where I was with the fresh batteries when it tried to fly away. Oh, stop it! Although I did adjust the filters. Jesus, hell! Oh my god. Yeah, prop wash is gone. There we go. If you ever wanted to watch prop wash go away with D-gain, there you have it. Holy shit on a shingle. Oh my god! What the hell? Woo! The disarm and rearm. I was sure it was crashing there. Oh! What was that? Get out of here. Let me go. Let me destroy another battery. Oh my god. It's hard to bring it down. Like, it's hard to let it come down in elevation. It wants to just live like... Oh, no! What is with the unrecoverable crashes today? What the hell? Come on. Like every other crash, I have to chase the damn thing down. Ugh. Oh, God. Ugh. Oh, shit. All right, friends. Last little bit of this battery, then we're going to shut it down. My God, man. Zotek from WeBleedFPV has created a monster. Woo, boy. The other thing that I'll bet you that these motors are going to do... Oh, God, why? Easy! Can we... Okay. All right. The other thing that we might start running into with these motors... Oh my god, dude. These might actually hit the ESC FETs hard enough to start causing problems there. So, yeah, I mean, this is a fresh build with a brand new AIO. I'd be interested to, like, run a bunch of batteries through this and see if the AIO starts, like, dropping an arm and desyncing and other weird shit. I will save that testing for once I've figured out if the my god, man. Once I've figured out if the new 2024 Mobula 6 AIO is durable or not. Once I figure out that AIO is durable, then screw these AIOs. I'll drive these into the ground. And they're all the same 5 amp FETs, I'll bet. So that would be a really good test. I'll do it outside. I'll start jungle gym bashing this. Oh my god, what's happening? Whoo, boy, this is hard to fly. Oh, and the battery's dead. Yeah, the runtime is suffering for sure. Wow! 40,000 kV. What the shit just happened? Oh boy, that is something else. Jesus. Yeah, okay. I mean, we haven't look, we haven't found the limit of what these motors okay, so we have not found the limit, and for the record, GemFan biblades only. For the love of God, do not run these motors on tri-blades. We have not found the limit of what 0702 motors can do with Gemfan biblades. But, oh my god, Dan Wren tri-blades. But what we have found the limit of is the batteries. I think I can pretty sort of confidently say. I mean, technically, if you were building like a drag race tiny whoop, no. You could, because you only need one hit per battery. But like realistically, for actually flying the damn things, yes, this is the limit. Like I don't think that anybody should make a higher KV motor than this. This is a perfectly placed KV though, because we've got 30, we've got 32, we've got 36, and now we've got 40. So I think we're done. I don't care what Jesse or Zotek do after this, but realistically, I think this is it. I think we can stop here. Jesus. Yeah. What the fuck just happened? Jesus Christ. It's like borderline without like 50 points of throttle expo. It's like unflyable down here. And like it made the upstairs feel like like down here normally does. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. If you've got a big space, if you've got a big space to fly, get a set of these motors. They're not expensive, man. Tiny whoop motors are so cheap. Like, why not? Why not see what the top end is? And like, look, man, you get these motors and then you motor limit them down to like 70%, 80%, and you've got like a 35,000, 34,000 kV. What would that be? I have found that you can motor limit down to about 70%, and I can't tell. So 40,000 times 0.70. Oh my god, that would bring these all the way down to 28,000 kV. Holy hell. So yeah, if you want really high kV red motors, get these, motor limit them on down so that they're somewhat flyable, and then every once in a while you put them up to 100%, you break the rig, and then you bring them back down. If you want high kV green motors, get the Fireflies. 36,000 kV is plenty. So there you go. Really, like, that is going to be... that is kind of going to be my motor. The Moon Travelers are really good at 32,000 kV. So if you want a light blue motor, the Moon Travelers at 32,000 are amazing. But like, yeah. Motor output limiting is magic, and you should be using it. And it's just great to have a set of motors that you can run around at like 90% or 80%. And then if the situation arises where you want a bunch more power, you go into the OSD, crank them up, done. Safe Zone FPV says 40,000 kV on 802's though. Yeah, so one of the really cool things about what just happened is this also made me realize that 0802 33,000 kV motors, I don't have them here, but the Amopteras from Tiny Whoop, 33,000 kV is not the limit on an 802 for sure. I mean, 1.6 inch biblades are a different deal, but yeah, I would love to see a higher kV 802 than 33,000. So stay tuned for that. I'll do what I can. This is nutty. This is absolutely absurd. I would love to put a whole bunch of batteries through these motors, but I fear for this AIO, and this AIO is gold at the moment. So I'm actually not going to fly this very much, if at all. I'm going to go right back to the Mob6 2024, and I'm just going to beat the living balls out of this. So lots more content coming from this rig. I'm not flying it because I don't like it. I'm flying it because I'm afraid it's going to hurt this AIO. And this AIO might be like the last couple of these old school, super durable Mob6 ELRS AIOs. Zotek, thank you for making these motors, man. It's crazy shit like this that allows us to figure out where the limits actually are, and that's a really big deal, and we're really lucky that there's people that are willing to spend their money and time making shit that's kind of out there that, like, I straight up, I told you guys earlier, I told Zotek, like, yo, 40,000, that's way too much. Like, that's not going to work. That's way over the limit. And I was not right. I was kind of right, but in a way, I was also not right, because these absolutely make significantly more power than the 36,000s. What a time to be alive. 40,000 kV tiny whoop motors that you're about to just be able to buy over on WeBleed. Good God. Thanks for hanging, friends. Jesus. CiottiFPV.com if you want to support me. I greatly appreciate it. Patreon helps me out the most. Click an affiliate link or two. Buy some stickers. Head on over to the Discord. Show some love. Let's keep flying together, friends. My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. Tomorrow night is not a giveaway stream, but there is going to be a t-shirt given away tomorrow night, and there are going to be a couple of coupon codes for Newbie Drone Cockroach 65 V3 frames tomorrow night. But you guys need to remind me, because that is one of the tabs that got lost. No, it's not. Wait, no, it did get lost, but then I found it again. So there it is. Here comes some more 250 flying from a really cool spot that I really need to go back to. It's going to be a short one. Thanks for hanging, friends. I love you. Bye.